Hey.
Hello. Hello and welcome to The Spice Must Roll. Everybody, this might be a little different because some of you who are watching this on YouTube or listening to this on the podcast, which I still need to update really badly, may notice that you're hearing this, and I'm not going directly into and then a recap. That's because I wanted to kind of let you guys get to know these folks a little bit better, to know a little bit more about what's going on, because I usually cut this part out for a lot of the YouTube videos, just because of the, for length's sake and stuff like that. But I want you guys to know who these folks are, what they do outside of this, and to make sure to, other than the links I'm posting in the top comments and that kind of thing, you should know who these people are in their own words. So welcome to hopefully the season finale of the Expanse Actium Season 2. We'll see if they all die or not. Except for maybe Cass, because Cass is safe in his ship, far away from here.
It's not my ship.
It's a ship.
I don't want that responsibility. Don't put that evil on me.
If you never come back here. You take it somewhere else. It's your ship.
You're acting captain.
That's right.
I want all the theories, especially in the comments about my hair, about where my hair went.
Blew it off.
Yeah, it was taken away by the proto-molecule.
Proto-molecule took it away from me. I am a Project Caliban hybrid.
Mars is terraforming your head.
But let's get to these cast members. First off, before we do this, how are you guys doing today? Just in general. Doing good?
Well.
Doing really good. Really well.
Doing well. Still waking up, but I'm doing great.
Day 2 of a 3-day weekend.
That's not bad.
Yes.
It's always the fear that when you wake up, after today, like on Sunday, you'll wake up and go, oh, I gotta go to work. Oh wait, no, it's Sunday. Back to sleep.
See, my biggest fear is Monday. All the stuff that didn't get done Friday because you had the day off is now expected to be done on Monday.
I got all that done on Thursday.
There we go.
Well, must be nice.
It was mostly just sending a report to my boss's boss.
All right. With that, let's get started to introduce the cast. First off, Dr. Drones, who are you? What do you do outside of the Actium when you're not here on the Actium? And who do you play here on the Actium?
Well, I'm Dr. Drones. I stream on twitch.tv/Dr. Drones. Still doing a lot of KSP. Looking forward to SC 3.1. So when that comes out, or 3.10, or whatever the hell they're calling it now,
3.10.
Formerly known as 4.0, I guess. Whatever. Yeah. But excited to go back to that as soon as that hits. But yeah, mostly sci-fi, space games, that kind of stuff. And here on the Actium, I play Mark Finch. I am pilot, medical guy, and the guy who's probably going to get us onto a base today. So hopefully, without dying, would be nice.
Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed. All right. Next, we have HP Braincase. But HP, who are you? What do you do outside of the Actium? And who are you on the Actium? Who do you play?
All right. I'm HP Braincase. I'm a variety streamer here on Twitch, twitch.tv/HP Braincase. And normally this section is where I would plug something, but I actually want to take a second out and instead normalize something. There's been a lot of talk about mental health in the streaming community this week for obvious reasons. And I just want to put it out there. If it's something that would help you, seek help, see a therapist. I do. It's normal. It's a thing that people who need it should do. And I'm one of those people. So make sure that you get the help you need. As far as what I do on the Actium, I play Lennox Cassidy, also known as Cass, the ship's erstwhile XO, and an Earther who spent season 1 as a depressed drunk and season 2 as a manic crazy person, because he's found a new lease on life. And, right now, I'm hoping to figure out a way to keep the rest of the crew from dying, even though I'm 2 days away by spaceship.
I would also like to add to that to your initial thing that even if you don't think you need therapy or you can see a counselor, it always helps.
Yeah.
I never underestimate the power of therapy, because you might go to therapy and you feel, oh wow, this was really nice. It's professional people who are professional listeners is what therapists are. So if you need someone to listen to, if you can get those that help, even if you don't think you need it, it might be helpful. You never know. Next, let's talk.
It's normal and good. That's
normal
the thing
and good.
that I want to stress. It is not a thing for crazy people.
I have went to therapy when I was younger, and it helped a lot. I didn't necessarily need all of it all the time, but it did definitely help. Lots of people go to therapy all the time. You know who also goes to therapy all the time? Therapists. They have to.
Yeah.
It's part of what they are, and they're completely sane. Usually, they have to be. It's what their job is. But they still need it.
Yeah, and they know how important it is. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's normal. It's normal to seek help. It's normal to feel things. It's normal to reach out if you need it.
Unless you're a Vulcan, but no one's a Vulcan.
No one's a Vulcan, except for you, Meyer. You only play one on Star Trek Vasquez. That's the other show.
At times,
Oh yeah, and just random aside to that, those of you who are masculine presenting, it's normal to have emotions.
Yeah,
talk about them.
Crying is normal.
Throw that out there. Yeah.
Emotions are normal. They're good.
Toxic masculinity is bad.
Yes,
Very bad. Very bad.
Toxic Vulcan
Meyer, go ahead.
Hi, my name is Meyer. I am a variety streamer here on Twitch, a voice actor, and on twitch.tv/Meyer or Twitch or youtube.com/Meyer. And on the Expanse Actium, I play a wily belter called Jetta Akan. I'm from the OPA, I think, maybe. I don't know. You don't know. And I'm here with these guys. We're doing stuff. We're looking for a potato follicle. And yes, it's been fun so far. Thank you for joining us.
Follicle.
Next, the frantically putting on makeup, Buster Destroyer. Who are you? What do you do outside of the Actium? And what do you do? Who do you play here on the Actium?
First of all, I was not frantically putting on makeup. I was using that brush to get the little bits of dog hair.
Oh,
that were
the
on
dog
my
hair.
face.
Okay.
Yeah, and still picking them up.
Taking off dogs. Got it.
Yeah.
Like I need like a big like fancy lady fan so I can just blow it off of my face when I need to. But anyway, hi, my name is Buster Destroyer. I'm normally here on Twitch. I'm a Star Citizen streamer. You can find me twitch.tv/Buster Destroyer. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram, Buster Destroyer. And so that's what I'm normally doing is Star Citizen. And then on Thursdays I do Klingon Citizen where I do full Klingon makeup, yada yada. And I can't think of anything else I'm up to at the moment, but except this, obviously. But and then like in this show, I play Sloan Maddox, who is the captain of the Actium, and also a Martian. And as we found out last week, very very interesting family, very very interesting family. And her dad makes great barbecue. So there you go.
We made her eat brisket, by the way, after last episode.
Said the word again.
I said that word.
I said it.
But yeah, that's me, and I can't really think of anything else at the moment. I felt like there was something I wanted to say, but oh well, we'll move on.
Oh, and last but certainly not least, we have Mythmatic. Who are you? What do you do outside of the Actium, and who do you play here on the Actium?
Hi, everybody. I'm Mythmatic. I am the technical producer of LFM Agency and LFM Network, a Twitch channel for tabletop RPGs. We are doing a homebrew Dark Sun campaign right now. It's super exciting, and I can't wait for that to start up soon. As for what I do, I am a role player and voice actor as well. You can follow me on Twitter. And here on the Actium, I am playing... Who am I playing? Werner Highland. He is a survivor and a belter and kind of a dirty fighter. So we'll see if he survives today.
At first, was he afraid, and was he petrified?
That's right. Yeah. And then he couldn't live without Jita by his side. By his side.
By him side.
By his
Yes,
side.
by his side.
My brain's
That
still
sounds
waking up.
kind of Belter, though.
That is Belter.
By him side.
By him side.
side. Yes, that's
Him,
Belter.
him is Belter. That's how you refer to like somebody else.
I know. Oh, yeah, it was in character.
Just not in radio. Try not to get your helmet stuck this week.
I'm trying my best.
All right. Let's get to the intro and we'll get started. And to do a quick recap for those who missed everything, and then we'll get back to it.
Your bedroom to hang out with us. And hi, we're back.
Hi, we're back.
Oh, hi.
Welcome back. Let's get started with a quick recap of the last episode. Last we had here, you guys were exploring. You had landed on Mars. You had a brief family dinner with the Maddoxes and learned a little bit about the base, about how the base had to do with terraforming and had some sort of whispers of the protomolecule around it. There had been mentions of a Project Caliban by the by some of the parents. I believe it was the parents who said it. There's mentions of the protomolecule specifically by Gunnar, Sloane's brother, who's in the Martian Navy. So there's a lot of pieces being thrown together from the Maddox family, and it all surrounds this research base, this remote research base by the Mariner Valley. We also found out that the commander of that research base is a colonel who used to be the XO of the executive officer for Mark when he was in the Martian Navy. We also discovered that Jita and Highland went down to talk with the what are they called? The Voltaire Collective.
Voltaire.
Yeah, Voltaire
Jessy.
Collective crew.
That's right.
Crew who were hired by Pope Sanchez to break in and steal a bunch of equipment from this base, which may or may not be the same research base. And they asked the crew of the Actium, with their reputation, to help them steal this equipment, and that they would give them access to special equipment to get them and a way to get them into the base as a means to so they can facilitate that job. Both of the crews met at a bar near the actual research base, which is just absolutely overflowing with MCRN and Martian Marine personnel. And Mark managed to find some of his former shipmates there. They talked a little bit, found out the XO was in fact commanding the base. And that there's some weird stuff going on in the base. And then there was this strange belter who always seemed to be going to and from the base that everyone seemed to know. and they saw him, or that at least the XO seemed to know, but everyone seemed to see him, but no one seemed to know what his job was, assuming that he was some sort of intelligence officer. They showed a picture of Benji, and they did confirm that the strange belter looked a lot like Benji. Then they returned to the dotted line, and meanwhile, up in 2 days orbit, 2 days away from Mars, Cass was getting messages from various individuals, including Mr. Lee. And we left it off with Cass getting a message from Mr. Lee saying there seems to be something has gone horribly wrong at the base. And that this base is likely where Benji is.
And it are belong to us.
Yeah. And basically, last week was me going, Actium answering service. How may I direct your call?
Yeah. So, you've now been told this information. What do you do with it?
Oh, man. There's no... Oh, wait. Let me see if I have anything useful. I don't. Okay. Trying to see if I have anything that could help me get a message to the crew surreptitiously, because I don't know we're not pirates anymore.
I mean, we're not pirates.
We were never pirates.
I don't know that we're not legally pirates anymore.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, they managed to clear it up so you're not pirates. They don't think you're pirates. And yet you're taking lots of pirates.
Also, I'm still an Earther not wanting to be on Mars. So I'm figuring some stuff out. Okay. Okay, the first thing I'm going to do, actually, is send a message back to Lee detailing the situation that the Actium is not on site on Mars, but more than half of the crew is. Docked using the dotted line.
Mm-hmm.
That's like instant priority. Like, get this message to them if you can, sort of thing. Also, there's a guy in the docks at Mars that really wants us to sign for a package.
Yes, there's a dude who really wants you to sign for a package.
I thought he signed for the package already.
No, you kept blowing him off, man.
We avoided
Right.
We've successfully dodged him every time.
Yeah,
Somebody else did it. All right, that's perfect.
In
Sloan
before the
almost did.
package signing
Oh,
is
okay, Sloan almost did.
the
Yeah,
package
I
is
thought I
signing
remember
for
somebody else
is,
almost did it. Okay, great. Perfect.
I'm positive the package is just a canister of proto-molecules.
Yeah.
It's like the
We're
thing
just
that
blowing it
everybody
up.
wants.
Yeah. And this guy has it for 3 seasons. We're just
Who's going to take this package?
I really need to get rid of this. It's just like glowing. There's a tentacle coming out of it.
Okay. God, I'm not going to be able to change our transponder. I don't have any of the skills.
I think that you've got the touch and you've got the power. You can do this.
And I'm 2 days away by space travel. This is all bad.
Meanwhile, Jata's ears are ringing.
That happens a lot. Mop.
Mwop, mwop.
Okay, I am gonna tell Jessy to start us on a course for Mars, but to fly casual.
He looks at you and goes, "What's casual? Fly? What do you mean?"
Don't make it look like we're in a hurry yet. I don't want to draw any attention.
Okay, so just be slow. Okay, sure. And he kind of starts up the ship. You know, you feel the
engine
gravity. You feel the gravity come back a little bit as he starts burning, and you know we kind of settle back down into about a 0.3 G. The ship kind of creaks around the asteroid and then just starts slowly moving towards the direction of Mars.
Oh man. Okay. I'm gonna try and beam a message straight to the dotted line. Like, I know where the dotted line was gonna dock. That's information that we had. So I'm gonna try and sort of tight beam in that direction, get as few people listening in on this as possible in a message I'm sending directly into Mars. And I'm just going to say, watch out for a message from Mr. Lee. Your situation may be more complicated than you think. Not giving anything away. And then, oh man, I think I'm also gonna shoot a message to Diana if we have her contact information.
You do.
With God, just a note that's like, crew may need a hand. Hopefully, we've bought some goodwill from you. Just like, again, being incredibly vague because I'm sure these communications are being monitored, and I don't have the technical know-how to encrypt or bounce them.
Mm-hmm.
If I needed to get through a locked door or a security panel, that's actually a skill I have. But other stuff, not so much. All right. And then I am going to start looking into ways to request docking on Mars. I'm gonna start going through my Rolodex and see if I have any contacts, even though most of mine would be Earth-based.
Mm-hmm.
Just to see if I have anybody maybe in the intelligence community who I might be able to call in a favor from.
Okay, so the first thing I want you to do, since you're sending a bunch of tight beams out, and you're trying to be as casual as possible, I want you to give me a tech check. If you don't have a tech check, then just intelligence.
Intelligence. Not well.
Okay. Then I want you to do give me a searching check because you're looking for your other contacts.
Okay.
Take a pen.
Better.
All right, yeah. So you're able to find a few contacts that you remember from joint security training with Martian security. Way back in the day, we're talking like someone who would have known you like 4 years ago, who you met at like some training or some conference, and you had a beer with, and you exchange information. That's about the most you remember from them, sort of thing.
Okay. Gonna send them a message asking if there's any appetite for any appetite for an opening for a disillusioned out of work earther who might need to make a few credits on the side with everything that's going on right now. Basically implying that I'm willing to give up some information on Earth.
Okay.
Which I am.
Okay. So after a few minutes, you get a response back. First off, remind me again what you sent directly to Diana.
Diana, I said, crew might need an assist. I hope we've earned some goodwill.
Okay. You get a response back from Diana that says, depends on the assist, but my schedule is open.
Okay. Cool. I don't have a good response for that yet. I'm going to need to think on that one.
Okay.
Because again, I know these communications are being monitored. That's the thing that Cass is operating under the assumption of.
Mm-hmm.
That it's just more trouble than it's worth to go after the Actium right now. Not that they don't know I'm here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I'll just send back an affirmative response to Diana that I got her message. Details to follow. is what I'll say.
Okay. Then you get a message back from your contact, and that says, "New phone, who dis?" Basically, it says, possibly, more details, please. You know, like more clarification.
I'm gonna say, oh man. I'm gonna respond. Ditched Earth because those bastards had me riding a desk. Need to make a few bucks. You're the only person I could think to reach out to.
Okay. We're gonna cut back to. With that, we're gonna cut back to the rest of the crew. You guys are all on the dotted line. You guys have just come back from the bar. It's evening-ish. It's starting to get a little bit later for on Mars. More dark. This is like for those of you Belters, you're not used to day-night cycles like this. You're used to like day-night cycles that are more flexible because everyone kind of works different shifts.
We're just used to
night cycles.
You're used to the Bajoran 27-hour day.
Yeah. And you're just kind of like, this is weird. It's starting to get dark, but it was light before, but it's like actually dark.
I never got used to it.
Yeah.
It's disgusting.
Weird.
So we're on the dotted line.
Yes, all of you guys are on the dotted line.
Can you, now that we are on it and we are more familiar with the dotted line, can you describe it for me, like compared to the Actium, like?
So it's very similar to the Actium in that they're both very belter in terms of like their design. Though the Actium is more built like a warship. It has some like cargo capabilities, but it's built compact. It's tight in terms of its corridors. Like the levels are like built on top of each other. Whereas the dotted line has large sections of the hull which are completely separated. So you have like the command deck, and then you've got a large section of the hull like that you can't really see into, but it's like kind of like empty space almost. And then you've got crew quarters, and then like large sections of the hull, and then like the back half of the ship, the entire bottom of the ship that would be like almost the size of the Actium itself is just cargo bay, which is almost entirely empty right now.
Completely empty.
Yeah. There's a couple of boxes, that kind of things that are like magnetized to the bulkhead, but those boxes don't have anything in them. They've got some supplies, like crew supplies, like food and water, rations, that kind of stuff, but nothing else like that.
Okay. During our time on the dotted line, I think I would have spent some time reading the crew quarters to see if there was anything I could find, like a hand terminal or hand terminal or something.
You have a problem, sir.
We have a problem, sir. There's no hand terminal.
Alcoholic.
There's no hand terminal on the ship other than the one that the guy that you guys killed.
Okay.
The guy had.
So what's the plan?
Well, we have this job to do. I'm waiting to.
Well, we were supposed to wait for night time to do it.
The next day.
The next day.
The next day. Yeah.
Right, so we have to wait for the next day, which I assume is soon because it's getting dark.
Yeah.
And
We have to. I don't remember actually. I'm going to be honest. I don't remember what the job was. We have to go to.
If I remember, We have to go to this. They didn't tell us which base. They told us to find them the following
Find them
day.
and get the vehicles.
Yeah, and then they want us to steal a whole bunch of terraforming supplies, and that's where I kind of nodded off to.
All right. I think that's. I don't know if we have. I think we may have missed out on some of the details here. All right. So I think tomorrow we will go and get the vehicle, and we will make our way and see what happens. Maybe I don't know what we're supposed to do, but I kind of like the chaos and also the challenge of it.
This is my kind of job, Pampa.
All right. Perfect.
I think at this point, Highland is cleaning out his guns and getting ready for the next day as much as he can. And I think he's going to go find some of the other crew as well. And,
Boss man?
Yes, she asks as she's putting leftover brisket on the table.
Two things. Are you going to eat some of that? And two, are you going to come with us?
What, for the job that you two took?
Yeah.
What was that job again? Where's it gonna go? What's like?
We have to get some terraforming supplies for the Voltaire Collective. They are going to help us in the future.
From where?
From a research base? I don't know.
Because, and then this is where I'm getting Mark to chime in with me. I'm kind of looking over at Mark. I'm like, we may be getting access to that facility tomorrow, or at least Mark might.
All right, so it's a conflict of interest then.
We both got connections, but wondering why somebody, if somebody wants terraforming supplies out of that research base, that means they want the proto-molecule. So somebody's tried to hire you to retrieve the proto-molecule.
All right.
Also, we still have to sign for that package.
I was
guys-
having you sign. I was asking
what is
him to
this?
wait for you.
Wait, Sloan, what is this we stuff? Aren't you the signatory on everything?
Yeah, let me go talk to him.
All right.
He's probably still standing out there just like a lost puppy.
We think it might have been the royal we.
So yeah.
All right, you're gonna go out. You're gonna go out and see if the see what's going on.
And I just kind of wave at the brisket, and I'm like, "Eat some. My dad made it."
Thank you very much. And then I think he makes his way over and starts to just as if he was as if he was like eating a fish out of the pond or.
And then, yeah.
So you go outside to find the guy, and there's nobody there. You see some people walking around who look like dock workers, though.
Yeah, I go up to one of them.
Okay.
And
you walk up. How do you approach them?
I just kind of do them walking up, and I kind of wave at one of them, as like just so I don't sneak up on somebody, that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, hey.
Yeah. You walk up. You wave at them. They kind of stop and put down a box and walk up to you and says, "How can I help you?"
Yeah, I have the dotted line. I think somebody needed me to sign off for some stuff.
Dotted line, sign off. 1 second, and pulls out his hand terminal, flips through some stuff, and goes, "Oh, Jung. Yeah, Jung wanted you to do. Okay, hold on. Let me see if I can't." So pops it up, and you can see on his hand terminal the face of the guy who's been talking. It's like, "Hey, that package you've been trying to get rid of is here. The sign is here." And you hear him go like, "Oh, okay, I'll be right there." Yeah, okay. All right,
and I
cool.
ask him like, "Hey, can I see the paperwork and see the manifest of what's going on it?"
He goes, sure. I think Jung will have that. So just talk with Jung when he comes in.
Okay, cool. All right, thank you. And I just kind of wait around for Jung.
Okay. You see some people walking about. Mostly you see like big heavy mechs that are like construction mechs and like moving mechs, moving things around through the hallways.
I smoke a space cigarette while I wait.
You see
something looking cool.
You see some forklifts like kind of driving through with some big pallets and such. It's heavy equipment moving things around. You see a lot of belters. There's a lot of belters who are working these docks. and which I think probably strikes you a little bit. You obviously probably didn't spend a lot of time in the docks when you were younger.
But I wouldn't buy them enough, probably.
Yeah, but there seems a lot more belters here than there used to be.
Okay, I just kind of put that in the back of my brain, like mental note.
After a few minutes, the guy shows up, and he's got his like little hand terminal, and walks up to you and goes, "Oh, you're dotted line, right?"
Yes, sir.
All right, cool. So you need to sign to this package. You kind of leans over, just put your thumbprint right there.
Can I see what's on the list, though?
Oh, yeah, sure. He kind of flips through it a little bit and kind of flips it to your hand terminal.
Yeah, and I start looking it over. What's it say?
It just says supplies. There's some salvage scrap that's mentioned in there, but it's like food, water, fuel. There's some mention of miscellaneous equipment.
Mm-hmm.
But there's no there's nothing that kind of stands out directly. The biggest things that, in your opinion, would probably be the miscellaneous equipment and the scrap that are listed.
Right, and I ask him. I just kind of say, "Do you know what kind of scrap this is?"
We scanned it. As far as I know, it's just scrap. I don't know why you need scrap.
Metal.
You know, you're the one who is flying the ship. You can ask your boss about it, I guess. We're kind of a little bit of a fresher crew, so I'm still kind of learning the move here, you know. But yeah, she just kind of looks it over and sort of. And can I do like any kind of check to see if like I know you kind of said things stood out, but like if there's any like language in it that sticks out to me, like as far as like the phrasing or anything that might seem. Is there any check I can do for that? Give me an insight check.
Okay, cool. Thank you. I have evaluation too, so I could even use that at some point for all this. But insight is what is insight? I don't have insight, so what's its root?
Oh, I think it's
perception.
Perception, but let me double check. Reference guide.
Oh, it's not. It's not in perception.
Intuition. I'm sorry, intuition. Not insight.
Oh, okay. So that is in perception.
It is in perception. Yeah, same thing. Sweet. Like having a gut feeling about certain things you can't otherwise sense.
Right.
Yeah.
12.
12. Okay. I mean, I think the biggest thing that stands out to you is the scrap. Miscellaneous equipment could be spacesuits. It could be combat mechs. It could be bobblehead dolls. But the scrap is weird, just because not a lot of you don't think that you from your time in space, scrap is important, but scrap is mostly important for
the local area it's in.
Yeah, so like you might see people hauling scrap as in a way to take it to like
a short distance.
Yeah, like
from planet to station.
I'm trying to remember the name of the station. The like the forge of the belt. It starts with a P.
Right.
But those locations are where it's important.
And what is the destination of all these supplies?
There's no destination listed. It's just supplies for listed.
Okay. Yeah. I'm gonna take the chance and go ahead and sign off on it. But like as soon once that's done, of course I'll keep the manifest copy, and I'll tell the guy like, hey, thank you, Jung. See you later. And I also asked him like, well, how's this coming on? Are you guys gonna load it, or do we need to load it?
He says, we can bring someone to load it if you need to. All I know is you're supposed to sign for it. But if you want us to load it, we can load it. Yeah,
why don't you guys load it? But I'll be monitoring just in case, that kind of thing.
Sure, I'll get someone to do it. I'll get to go over it. Kind of looks over and goes, you, this way. And they nod and they walk over as one guy steps into like the mech and just kind of shrugs and starts moving with the mech. Mechs are kind of like exosuits where you kind of like step into them, and then they're like those mechs from it's kind of like the power loader from Aliens, but it's more like the mechs. It's more like the mechs from the Matrix sequels.
It's like
Yeah,
it's like a combination of like a forklift and a mech suit.
yeah. It's like those combat mechs from the Matrix and the Matrix sequels.
Right.
But instead of like guns, it's just like arms, so they can like carry things and move things around. So
Okay. Yeah, and so I go back into the ship, and I kind of let them know. I said I went ahead and signed off on the supplies. We need to get ready, like the cargo bay prep to accept
What
that
was
stuff.
it?
And I go ahead and flip the manifest over to all of you, and I note that the scrap seemed odd to me. I said the scrap seems the one thing that sticks out to me is the scrap and the miscellaneous.
Is this,
Everything else is apparently supplies.
who is this signed for? Is it fine for the person that was going to be landing here at Landing Bay X amount of whatever? Or is it going to be the person who's flying the dotted line? Or is it for the crew of the Actium? Who is this for?
This is for this specific ship.
All right, that's interesting.
Yeah.
We should be careful.
Yeah, we should. So they're about to start loading it. I want to monitor very much what's being loaded, and I would like as they load it, if we can sort of get a very sneaky assessment of what they're actually loading, because I'm not sure if this is just normal or if there's something going on here that's, because remember who we got this from. Remember who we took the ship from. Somebody in a mech by themselves in the ship.
Maybe it's just spare parts for his Yingding. Who knows?
Well, let's just be careful. But I didn't want to arouse suspicion by not accepting the package.
Will we have enough room in here for the terraforming supplies?
Yeah, it's mostly a cargo ship anyway, right, Paul? Like, it's like probably got like 2 cargo bays at least.
it's got 2 cargo
levels.
bays, 2 levels of cargo bays, and you'd be able to
So
tell.
it's got more
with Highland.
cargo space than the
And it's
Actium.
it's mostly empty, and the cargo manifest, just a quick glance, it's not even going to fill up a quarter of this entire cargo bay.
Okay.
The bay in the back is almost as big as the entire Actium.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
So I'm gonna make sure like our cameras are recording everything they bring in, and if there's any way that we can like sneakily scan those items as they come in, I would very much like to do that.
Hey, bossman,
Yes.
we might be here for a while. I mean, could we not just ask them to leave it outside the ship, and then if we need help afterwards, once we've opened it, just in case it, buggers up our ship.
That's fair. I'll meet them out front and let them know to just drop it at the airlock.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's some kind of loading apparatus in the ship anyway.
So you know, go out and do that.
Yeah, as they're about to just to say, "Oh, let's leave it right here. We'll take it from there."
Okay, you walk out. You see them kind of carrying like one of them is in a mech. It's carrying like a big box, carrying it towards you, and then the other one's kind of like moving like a forklift was carrying another pallet behind him. He says, "Oh, yeah, leave it right here." And they go, "Oh, okay, yeah, sure. You go, boss man." And they kind of put it down and leave that. Well, you want us to put the rest on here?
What does he mean by on here? Just like in that spot?
Just
that
in here?
Paul, I'm asking you, like, what is he
In
pointing at?
here? Yeah, he's pointing at the actual like the other stuff.
Oh, okay, cool. Yes,
Yeah.
yes. Sorry, I'm like, wait, where is he pointing?
He's pointing here. Yeah.
Here. Yes.
Just generically
yes,
here.
yes.
Yeah, he's pointing towards the like where he dropped the other
Si
stuff.
Bataloda. Si Bataloda.
See.
See?
It's what is the belter for affirmative? It's
I will
Ya?
find out for you.
Yeah. It's like
She would
Ya,
probably
I
pick
think.
up some
It
Delta
might just be
Creole by
Ya.
this point.
It is. Soya.
So yeah.
Soya.
Yeah.
Soya Bataloda.
There's a couple of they actually have a couple phrases. That's one of the cool things
Oh,
about
it's
these.
yeah. It's yeah. Yeah.
It's
And
ya?
soya is of
Oh, yeah.
course.
Yeah. If
Soya.
if you go to page where are you? If you go to page 172 in the manual in the official Expanse RPG rules, they have Belter Creole phrases like Koyo, La, Im.
Koyo, that means dog.
Yeah, it's like dog or
A
Like we
small
have
animal or
friends.
pest used to insult a person.
That is what I use right now.
But it's also used as like a this Koyo over here, like this guy over here, kind of thing. It's used as in both ways. Sabaka, which is more of the dog thing. Sasa, Sabe, Sabes, Spin, obviously.
And I'm
Toda
sure there's
and Ya.
there's pretty comprehensive lists on the interwebs.
I've
so-
got a huge list over here. I just don't
Yeah.
use guess.
right on.
But that's one of those cool things. So if you want like, it doesn't just have the RPG doesn't just have like the rules for the RPG. It has like entire setups for people who may not be super familiar with the universe, like who Belters are, where they came from, their language, what every planetary body is. It's like not just for players, but it's also for people who want to know more about the Expanse. It's almost like a comprehensive like list of it.
I love that baby is Bebe.
Bebe. Yeah.
Baby.
That makes me so happy. Lots of French in there too. Chapeau.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
Chapeau, which is your hat, Ido. Oi. Gut. Get gut.
All right. So
right.
yeah, she just has them posted up there and all that.
It good, Scrib.
Eight good grab. Eight good Koyo. All right, yeah. So they start kind of piling back in as you watch them. You're going back into the ship.
Yeah.
I stay outside with the packages.
Okay, you stay outside with the packages as they're being brought in.
Yeah, I try and stand around the place. I'm like, yep, this is you better make sure you don't drop that, and just make sure that
You supervise.
that's the
Supervising.
word. Yes.
Give me
Supervising.
give me a perception check.
Oh.
You'll supervise. What's in the box? Yeah.
What's
Okay.
in the box?
What do my belt eyes see?
You have stun points with this too if you want to.
Okay, I got a 13 and a 5 stun points. I give me 1 second, please, caller.
I'm actually gonna take while you were looking at that. I'm gonna grab something real quick because I gotta get some a pen because my pen has walked away from me.
Okay,
We
okay.
go.
Damn pins. They do that all the time.
All right, found my pen.
Would these be investigation right now, or what am I? What
It'd be
what kind of points?
investigation.
Okay, well I've got 5 breakthrough.
Okay. Which is you see something that you would have normally wouldn't have put together, kind of thing.
Yeah, it's like a 100% gimme.
Breakthrough. Yeah, you only gain you gain you not only gain information from some form of incontrovertible proof. Reduce the total number of leads for the path by 1. Okay, so you notice that there's a name listed on all of these boxes as they're being delivered. You notice the name over and over again, and you realize that it's not really a name; it's more like a symbol.
Oh,
It's like it seems like
Prince.
words.
okay.
It seems like words, but you you look at it, you realize it's actually just kind of like a logo, and the logo is the logo of Mao Krokowski Mercantile.
Mao Krokowski Mercantile.
Yeah, Mao Quick Mercantile is what you know, which is pretty famous. They're like the number one or number. I think they're in the they're like the FedEx to the UPS here in the U.S. DHS versus UPS or FedEx, and in terms of like they do a lot of transport. They do more
Okay.
than that, but And you also know that they recently were shut down or in a major investigation because of the Eros incident. People think have been investigating them for their role in the Eros incident.
Okay. Would I know much about Mao Krakowski, like personally?
Other than that generic information, you probably have heard some rumblings about Malquick and their involvement in Eros. A lot of the OPA are not too happy with Malquick, and they think it's one of those companies that's seen as like abusing belters and is just looked down upon by belters, generally speaking, especially the OPA.
Okay.
So makes her incorporation and government. All right, perfect.
Yeah.
Right. So this is out of character, so I have to talk like this now. But like, so this is that Mao, isn't it? The right?
Yeah.
No.
This Mao. It's
Okay.
that Mao.
That Mao. Okay. Mao. Okay.
Mao.
Yeah, Busman. Mao.
Mao.
Okay.
Papa Mao. Elvira. No, sorry. Oh, good old
Okay.
Oak Ridge boys.
All right. I take note of that. So, what does Mao Krakowski? I mean, like, these are freighting people, so they don't necessarily have to have anything to do per se with Benji, but it might be worth being cautious about. Okay.
Mhm.
So I stick around and I wait until the deckhands they drop the stuff and they leave.
Okay. And so yeah, once they drop the stuff, you leave. You go back.
No. I stay with the
I'll-
boxes. I wait
stay
for
with the
them
box?
to leave.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'll
Right.
go out there and join him once they've left.
Hey, boss man, they're done.
What did you find out? Did you find anything out about what's in here?
I ain't touched nothing yet, but me see a lot of these boxes. They have the same logo. You ever heard of Mao Krakowski?
DM, have I?
Oh yeah, no,
Okay.
everyone's heard about it.
Okay.
Like I said, it's like the,
Amazon.
it's like Amazon or UPS or FedEx. Like you've heard of them. You know that they're a transportation company. You know that they have more than just transportation. Like Amazon, they're more than just transportation, but that's their main
Bread and butter.
business, their bread and butter. You also know that they've been embroiled in a controversy because they've been connected to the Eros incident. It's been all over the news.
They shouldn't really be shipping right now. That company should be shut.
Yeah.
Boss Bang, is it okay if I try and scan the boxes before we open them? Maybe they might be giving
Absolutely.
off a signal.
Absolutely.
I bring out my tricorder. I mean, I bring out my me hand terminal, and we want to scan and see if perhaps there's something I can like I don't know, like a Bluetooth signal or in the future, so an ultraviolet tooth signal, and maybe like maybe I can find something.
You're trying to see if there's any kind of like signals that are being brought out, or you're essentially just trying to like look through the packages without having to open them as much as you can.
Essentially, yeah. I want to make sure that anything that's inside does not have at least a technological threat to us.
Okay. Give me a tech check for that one.
Okie dokie.
Hey, Jata, if any of it's ticking, that's for you.
I always forget what time it is.
He's gonna find out real good.
So there are no technological signals that you can see, but you do recognize some EM signatures from one of the boxes labeled scrap.
Okay.
No
This-
technical
it's-
readings.
It's
But there are EM. Okay, perfect.
so like, I mean, like there's nothing that's like, there's no jamming signals. There's nothing that's
But
very
it has a current.
it's
through it,
dangerous.
essentially.
It's something like, yeah, there's an electronics that you recognize as something else, but it's nothing damaging. The thing that surprises you about it is that it's Martian military.
Hey, Mark! Hey, Bossman, so, like, it does not seem that, like, anything is, like, at least technologically harmful, but there is some Martian signature that Me don't want to touch. Maybe Mark can, come over here and like open the boxes. I just got my nails done today. As I can't open boxes, that might explode.
Maybe he can recognize what this pattern is.
All right. So, what's it look like, Paul?
You get down there, you see a box. The box is pretty generic, but he points you to the box where the EM signature seems to be coming from. And you see the dimensions. It looks very familiar in terms of dimensions, but it doesn't. It looks like a generic box.
Yeah, I don't know what's in it without opening it. And do we want to open this on the dock in plain view or cargo hold out of sight?
If we open it inside the ship, whatever it is closer to our components that could screw things up.
Yep.
You gonna open it up outside?
Boss man?
I'm waiting for Sloan.
Yeah, I mean, maybe we just kind of pry it open a little bit from an angle that people can't see what's inside of it. But DM, out of character, you did say that it's a familiar signature.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. I know the box is a familiar shape. Did you show him the EM signature?
Yeah, he would have showed him that.
Yeah, I'm showing him on the hand terminal.
It's Mark. You would have recognized that signature as it's very typical of Martian technology. It matches just how it's just how that kind of power reading is generally how Martian military tech is built. It's got enough power on it, juice through it, that it's on and activated. And it can activate more, pretty quickly, kind of like a standby mode. But it's not a civilian, version where like the readings don't look like that. It looks more hardened. It could be UN, but you doubt it. You've seen both in these kind of technologies before.
You want to open it?
Sort of. This sounds like a job for a drone.
You had drones. You have that hazard drone you'd never used.
That's exactly what I'm thinking. Is we use the hazard drone to open it slightly.
Okay. You're able to move it and maneuver it to the box a little bit easier, and you're able to crack it open with the manipulator arms on it, and you just crack it up a little. You shine some light in it, and you put the camera in there, and inside you see a disassembled but like near pristine set of Goliath power armor.
Dibs. You guys just hear that.
Yeah, if anybody's gonna wear that, it's gonna be the guy who probably has worn it before. All right, let's close it up and get it in here.
Yeah, seal it with the drone and fly it into the cargo hold.
Yeah,
I told you.
And all the other regular supplies, I guess I can just use the drone to ferry everything in.
We didn't check the other boxes. What's inside?
You can check all of them if you want to with the drone.
Yeah, let's do it. Might as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
You want more piloting checks?
Just give me one more piloting check, and we'll because you're not really like.
You got it.
I'm sure you're being careful about it, so you're not like showing the whole world what these are. But
Right,
drone.
Flying it slow and precise.
yeah.
15.
So you seem to have the handle of it a little bit better. So you go through and you start cracking the boxes. Most of them do have just metal in them, just random bits of metal. Some of them have random bits of metal, and you see some other things poking out of it, and just moving it around. You notice that there's some rifles, and when you go through all of them, you've noticed that there are a total of 4 grenades.
What
amongst
kind?
this, just regular fragmentation grenades.
Okay.
3 rifles, 10 pistols, and 3 sets of medium armor. Scattered throughout these boxes, all Martian made.
Great. We went from pirates to gun runners.
Hey, this is our ship. This is Benji's ship, and Benji was clearly...
it's not my thumbprint either.
Well, you know. Let's just get this shit in there and get that thing assembled.
Yeah. I don't know if we'd want to fire that up here.
No, probably not.
I think that should stay in the box until we're off-world.
Well, we have stuff to do.
I'm all for leaving it quietly in its box.
I think Sloane is more than hinting at that she might want to use it for the research base.
I think out of character. I think there's a reason Paul gave it to us.
This does kind of seem like a blessing in disguise here, and by disguise I mean right in front of our faces. So,
Hey, you the ones who decided not to sign for it for 2 episodes. I didn't make any indication that it was anything other than just cargo.
That's true.
we don't think I want to wear
Captain.
power armor. And so I think I currently have medium armor.
Mm-hmm.
Is Martian medium armor better?
It's the same.
Okay. I like the way I look.
Yeah. I think you actually have Martian medium armor, because that's what when you purchased it, it was actually Martian made. So it's essentially the same armor you have in terms of the same design and everything.
Yeah, mine's worn in better though.
Mm-hmm. It fits your belter body better.
It does. Limba. All right, so what are we doing now, boss man?
Yeah, what's your plan? You've loaded
All right.
most of the stuff onto the ship by now with the drone and sorting through, so you can pull out all the good stuff from it.
Yeah, like once it's all inside and everything's closed up, like basically going to make sure like the armor and like the guns are pulled out and basically like mounted on racks if there's like gun racks.
Mm-hmm.
Like just kind of prep the gear so if anybody needs to pull it out, it's easy to access. It's not something they have to go dig in a box for. And then once we're kind of done with all that, I guess we'll go up to the kind of the habitation deck where, you know, probably there's not very much brisket left.
All right.
Highlands in there going.
And then
in the boxes.
And then kind of gather everybody, and then just sort of, and then we got. Did we ever hear what's his face's message to the ship? Pardon me, Cass's message.
Did Cass send a message to the ship?
I thought
Yes.
he did.
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have. Go repeat the ship.
No,
the message.
I told Lee to send a message to the ship and told them to look out for Lee's message.
Yeah.
Okay, so have we gotten anything from Lee yet?
Not yet.
Okay, so we just know to look for a message from Lee.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so no need to contact him back for now, because again, like things are about to happen. Wouldn't want to say something over comms that would actually like incriminate us or tip anybody off as to what the plan is the next day.
Okay.
Going to make sure that any monitoring devices, like anything that could that somebody like Benji could tap into to monitor us, is like shut off for now.
Okay.
And then just kind of go over tomorrow with everybody. So reiterate to everybody, Mark and I are supposed to go to this facility tomorrow for a visit. And I'm aware of, I'm because of the way they were talking, I'm now aware of like that guy that one of the guys at that base is like his former commanding officer, right? Based on that bar conversation we had, right?
Yes, you would have known from the bar.
So I kind of look at you and I say, so the guy that runs this place, you used to.
Yeah.
What can you tell us about him as far as what kind of person he was to serve under?
Paul, I would know, but I don't.
Yeah.
know.
I mean, he was you'd find him an honorable man. He cared about his people. You did know him to, at times, be a little bit seek an advancement. You know, it's obvious that he was trying to climb the ranks.
Rise up, yeah.
He had ambition. But he seemed to mostly care for his, obviously care for his crew, care for the well-being of his crew. He was very diplomatic, but he always struck you as like a salesman, He'd always be very keen on like that kind of like slick, like how you doing, sport kind of well, let me show you this car. Let me slap this baby here. It's like, this baby right here can kill you 400 squats in 15 seconds. Kind of the way he presented everything was like he was selling all the time. But when the chips were down, he was loyal and definitely Martian to the core.
Okay.
So he was a pretty good XO. He just, talked fast. I don't know, cared for his people. I guess you've seen one XO, you've seen them all.
And go ahead.
Oh no, continue.
I was going to ask our character, and are we aware that we think Benji, like, is it like we suspect Benji's at that facility?
Yeah.
Like in character? Okay.
Yeah.
So that's where my next question is going to kind of be like, okay, well, with all that said, I mean, he sounds like a decent guy, but like you said, he's kind of a fast talker. What the fuck do you think would get him involved with Benji?
Well, what I can tell you is same story I've got, which is people change, motives change, and well, we got involved with Benji too.
That's fair. But at the time, we just thought he was just another employer. Like, was this guy do you think he would ever be prone to falling into some sort of blackmail or anything? Do you think he would have had anything on him that somebody like Benji could use?
No telling. I know he definitely sought advancement, but he was loyal to the Marines. But
maybe that's
you never know
the
when
angle.
that trade-off becomes something.
Maybe that's the angle here. Is that could be something to do with like maybe him and Benji are in cahoots because they have something planned that would put this guy that you used to Colonel whatever his name is. Sorry,
Colonel. I'll pull up his name.
I swear it was like Jackson or something to start with.
First name is Jackson. His last name was
Pollock.
Jackson.
He does really, really, really,
he's really
weird
artistic,
paintings, and he's a real dick because I found that out recently. Jackson Pollock was apparently a total asshole.
Yeah.
Honestly, he's overrated.
Williams, Colonel Jackson Williams.
Okay, so yeah, that's what I'm kind of suggesting is like that. Perhaps they're in on something together that's going to make Williams look really good in the long run and possibly advance him up to admiral or something of that nature. Who knows? This is only speculation, but we do need to be aware of what we're getting into and what kinds of people we're getting into with. And then you guys, you have a job to basically steal Martian equipment.
Right.
Yeah, so in fact, that's what I was going to ask in a second. So on this terminal, I've got the map of the general Mariners Valley area. Where could you mark where this base is?
Yeah, and I go ahead and I mark the facility.
So we had to meet some of these VC people tomorrow. If we took you there, things will go south because no offense to you loader, but you loader, in your loader, bad loader. So it's gonna be a load of rubbish if they start to go fleet flat. Anyway, so I'll ask them where we going, and if it's near where you're going, then we know it's the same place, and then we can meet you there.
Yeah, if it's the same research facility, then what's going to happen is Mark and I can go do what we're supposed to do, and then the two of you can do what you're supposed to do, and then hopefully there's like a crossover that can happen. Like we might not be expected, the research facility I don't know how to describe it, but having two teams there in different places might be beneficial in the long run. But who knows?
Yeah, in that's what I was thinking, because them Loda got this. I hate saying them in Delta because it's them Loda.
Dem Loda.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But how did you guys remind me how you guys came across this job? What's the nature in which you were contacted, gentlemen?
I turn to Highland and I go,
I received a communication on the way in.
"Bad that social media."
Yeah, who did I get it from?
You got it from Katria, who is an old acquaintance of yours who works for the she's one of the leaders of the Voltaire Collective.
I got an old contact, Katya, old leader of the Voltaire Collective.
And I'm aware that the Voltaire is a particularly violent OPA faction, right, DM?
Meyer has steps through the fourth wall. Jataz told you several times when it's been brought up. He's told you that they're very violent.
They're a bunch of idealistic provocateurs.
Well, so that just right away tells me that there needs to be a lot of this could be unless you very supremely trust the person that contacted you and the Voltaire.
I don't trust anyone, boss man. I usually just take a job and do it and make a deal on the way. And the deal is that they will have our back when we need them.
I just think it's very, very interesting that somebody from that organization contacted you once we arrived here. So be very careful with whatever happens tomorrow. For all we know, it could be a trap. It could actually be something beneficial. Just be careful. Don't fall for any tricks.
Anyway, what were in the boxes outside?
Some basic supplies, some actual scrap, guns, medium armor, and Goliath power suit that Mark has claimed dibs on.
How many power suits? The one or the two?
One.
Are we worried about this?
Well, I'm not really sure because we had Mark seems to be against constructing it for now because it's disassembled. He seems to be against that, at least in a Martian port city.
I don't want anybody to notice power armor coming online, just in case.
Yeah. As for worried, me suppose it's just me pensa it's just spare parts for the guy who's we earlier inside the Wait, is his body still in the ship?
Yes.
I thought we spaced it.
No, you didn't space it.
We never said what we did with it. We just killed them and dealt with that. He's probably in a cryo.
Next time, can we space the bodies when we're done?
And by we, I mean you. I've never been on the dotted line. You have no proof.
Okay, so are we right? So this offers a bit of speculation here. We have a shipment of what else? Power armor and what else? Guns as well.
Guns
for a ship that was crewed for and by one person. You think it is scrap for his, or is it for Benji, or was he meeting somebody else here?
Who knows? I guess we'll see. Maybe somebody will show up tomorrow that represents Benji. Who knows?
I mean, if you really want that suit online, Jata, you may want to look through it and see if there's anything you think might phone home or tip them off.
I don't care about it being online. I'm just worried about whose suit it's, who they're gonna claim it's theirs. If someone's gonna, whoever we took out on the way down here, and we land, and more people show up because they are planning to gather a crew down here for the dotted line, and there is probably sense to reason that there will be more people joining us here on the dotted line. So we should probably.
Well, I'm just my philosophy on it is I'll take my chances against the possibility of a crew coming versus alerting the Martian Marines that we have a suit of their power armor, because it's, not something they give away.
Will
Well,
we be able
Mark,
to take it offline?
yeah, did that Ying Ding come with with an instruction manual or something?
Of course.
Did it?
Of
GM,
course
did
there's
it
a
come with?
manual.
No.
Whether it's in
There's
there or
no-
not, I can get you the manual.
You
Yeah.
probably
Okay.
look something up, or
PDF
Mark
file.
might have except
Yeah.
Mark might have access to one.
GoliathArmorGeek.com.
Yeah, me
probably
Pence, I'm going to have to do some research if you wanna make sure that it's safe to use.
Right on.
Well, yeah.
All right. So in this conversation, sometime during this conversation, you guys get a direct tight beam message from Mr. Lee.
On screen.
So
I
the message
get it.
comes. The message comes in. You guys pull it up. It's a video message, and it's the same video message that it's almost the exact same message that Cass got. It's a video that says him saying, "Actium, I have some strange news. I know you're on Mars, and you've been chasing down Benji. Well, I think I know where he is. He's on Mars. Unfortunately, the place he's been last seen at, according to my sources, was a base. A research base focusing on terraformation. I believe that he is trying to sell the protomolecule to the Martian government. The problem is that base has been out of contact for several hours. By the time you receive this, it probably won't be up. It's some sort of interference which seems to be going on around the base. Nothing within a kilometer of the base can be heard. This isn't raising any alarms in the Martian High Command yet, but since we've been monitoring it, since my people have been monitoring it, it's been very, very disturbing, this whole situation. I don't know what your plans are, but stay safe. Best chance.
All right. So, children.
I know.
Boss man.
Before we go too far, we could send a drone to check out the general outsides of the base.
Maybe we can, if there's something jamming their signals, maybe we can repair it and get it back up. And then Cass did tell us to watch out for that message. So I assume that Cass is also aware of this, because he did tell us to look out for a message from Lee. So I wouldn't be surprised if Cass is pulling something on his end, but we probably shouldn't contact him other than telling him we got the message. So yeah, I'm gonna send Cass that message and just say, acknowledged, we have received a message. Hopefully see you soon, question mark?
So, Cass, before you receive that message, you receive a message from your contact. It gives you a dock number at Olympus Mons.
Okay. I don't know the Martian geography. What's the travel time from there to where the shit's going down?
It wouldn't be super long, but it would be more than an insignificant amount, like a day or so travel from Olympus Mons. Plus, you're also, it says this is the thing. We'll meet you at the docks.
Gotcha. All right. So, here's the terrible plan. I acknowledge that because it'll get me into Martian airspace.
Okay.
But where I'm actually going is the base that's not making contact with anybody.
Okay.
He's just gonna blow it up from above. Oh, Jesus. Don't kill us while we're there. Thanks.
All right. That sounds like a good plan.
To be sure.
And we're going to take a break real quickly. We'll just stop right there. We'll be right back as we try to get everything back to see what's going on. Be right back, guys. Don't go anywhere. Get up, walk around, use the restroom. We'll be right back. And we're back.
That's why I hate Disney's Frozen. Oh, hi.
Couldn't
Hot
agree
take,
more.
space is bad, guys. That's just my hot
Look.
take for the day.
Cord.
Yeah.
You gotta let it go, man.
Wow.
All right, well.
All right, guys, welcome back. So, where we left you off, we had the crew was deciding what to do for the next day, what the plan was, and Cass is deciding to make a very crazy maneuver.
Cass being Cass.
I'm rethinking this whole the whole maneuver. Unfortunately, I'm trying to find a way. You know what? Straight up, I am going to send a message back that says I would rather meet near X, like a city that's near that base, because I have actionable intel for you that something is going to be going down there.
Okay, so the place you'd be meeting is Mariner Valley.
Yeah.
Yeah, where they were. So,
And I also have Jessy punch us up to full 1G burn. Because,
Yeah.
we're Earthers. We can take it.
Earthers, you can take it. Okay, so this should cut you down. It'll still take you about a day to get there.
Yeah.
At 1G, the 2G was more, 2-day was more of like a normal pace kind of thing. This should punch you up to about a day to get there. You get their message, you get the crew's message back about how, about everything. You learn about the blackout of the base, that everything within a kilometer of the base has been blacked out. And
I don't mention the base by name, by the way.
Yeah.
I just, I have actionable intel that something will be going down soon near Mariner Valley. Would prefer to meet there.
Okay. So, and you send that message out to the Martians after a few, much shorter time delay than you think, because you're a day away from Mars. So within a couple of minutes, you get it sent back with a new location at Mariner Valley, and it says 2 will be waiting for you there.
Cool.
And it says, the name that you actually sent it to was Cal Sabat. Was the guy's name, but the it's signed Mr. Johnson, Mr. and Mr. Johnson. This is Mr. and Mr. Johnson.
Mr. and Mr. John. Oh no, the baby powder manufacturers.
Oh no.
Johnson and Johnson.
They're coming to get us.
All right. And I also take the time to pre-record a message in the event that I am not on the ship to give to Jessy to give to the people. Which is basically and I let Jessy know that there's a nice paycheck in this for him, just so we're clear. But basically, I'm not skipping out on our deal. Time was short. You'll find me at this base. Trust me, I'm doing this for you. And I record that message in a suit of power armor.
You're gonna put on the suit of the power armor?
Yes.
Are you gonna jump out of the ship when you guys get close to the?
Maybe.
God damn. Okay. There are thrusters on those things, so for this exact purpose.
Oh my gosh.
All right, we're going to cut back to the rest of the crew on the dotted line. So, you have this new information. What is your plan for with this new information?
My plan is, my idea here is we have both Jata and I go do our job and you do your job, and we will pretend that we are not working together. And we are not.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm planning to send the medical drone for a flyby of the bar across from the base.
Do you want to do that
Not
before
into the bar.
the day of, or before, like right now?
The morning of.
Morning of. Okay. So, because in the morning you're supposed to go over for that tour.
Yeah, so I'm talking before the time that the tour's scheduled for. Like, call it 2 hours prior.
So you're gonna like take the medical drone with you, and then when you get there, you like send out an airlock, to go looking at it.
Well, they're used to drones flying around here all the time, right?
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna send it ahead of me before we leave. Like I said, like an hour or two. Let's call it 2 hours before we're supposed to be at the base.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna send it just to fly by the front of the base across where the bar is.
Okay.
And take a look towards the base and see if anything looks out of the ordinary, and then fly back. Just a recon.
Okay. So, you guys, give me a piloting check. We'll just fast forward to the next day. Sloan and Mark start heading out first to go to their tour, and Mark, you're flying, piloting this thing towards the base. 15. So, you're piloting the drone out in front of you towards the base. You're flying it out. You fly it out. I'm guessing you're flying it out the airlock so that you can get outside towards the base. Because essentially the base is cut off from the main hab area. It's a further distance away. It's like a small shuttle like area where shuttles can land and they can unload people and bring them out. And there's obviously airlocks and stuff like that to get to the outside if you need to. But it's more than a kilometer away from the base. Hab area is.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, whatever gets me close to the base. Like I said, this is just a recon from a distance. Get within camera range, see if anything looks suspicious, and then fly back.
Okay, so you're flying it, and there's nothing that looks suspicious. Are you going within the 1 kilometer radius, or are you going just outside that kilometer radius?
Just inside the 1 kilometer radius, not like deep inside, but
okay.
Testing the line.
The dotted line?
Dotted line. So you should just get to the edge of it. As you're going there, your cameras notice there's nothing really doesn't seem any different. If you want to look a little harder, you can give me a perception check, but just a casual glance doesn't seem that bad.
Definitely going to go with the perception. $13.
Okay. So, with 4 stunt points. So if you want to use those stunt points, you can.
Okay.
That's definitely success in terms of getting a little bit more information, but it's up to you if you want to use those stunt points.
I do want to use the stunt points. Hold on. Let me roll down here. Let's go with down the rabbit hole.
Okay. Pull that up real quick. That was.
So if this test led to a reveal, the GM provides a brand new lead about a new subject that will lead to greater rewards.
All right. So you notice that there's nothing that seems to be off about the base, but as you're getting closer to it, you're noticing the one thing that seems very off is that your drone is not picking up any transmission whatsoever from the base. Nothing. But the power seems to still be working. The transmitters still seem to be on. All of it seems from a distance, it looks like it's a normal functioning base. There's no any kind of signs of emergencies or any kind of distress. There's no signs of anything whatsoever that seems to be out of the ordinary. but there's zero comms traffic from that area. Nothing. It's just a black spot. It just disappears. And as you get close to it, your camera starts to fizzle a little bit, and your controls seem to be a little bit more.
As soon as that starts, I start pulling it back because I don't want to lose the drone out there.
Okay. So you pull it back a little bit, but you're fine. But you're definitely seeing like it is a communications like dark zone, like blackout. There seems to be nothing that seems to be coming out of it. Period.
And I see people moving around like
you don't see anybody
foot traffic.
You don't see any foot traffic around there. That's another thing that seems it seems a little off, but it's not totally off because you wouldn't, it's early in the morning. You wouldn't necessarily always see, people.
Marines should be out doing PT in the morning.
Yeah, but they might be doing it in like the garage bays or something like that. You've not been to this base, so. But if there's definitely not Marines doing PT out there. It wouldn't be too out of it because you can't breathe the atmosphere, but right. that might be a little bit of a little off. That there's no Marines doing any kind of maneuvers. You don't even see guards, as far as you can tell, outside and near the airlocks or anything like that. No one's doing any patrols. Nothing.
Wow. Okay. All right. Then I just pull the drone back to me.
Okay. So you pull the drone back to you. Time goes by, and your time comes for the shuttle to arrive to pick you guys up, and there's nothing. People are moving about normally, like in the hab area, but the shuttle just doesn't show up.
The people that are moving about in the hab area, are they majority Martian, majority Belter?
Majority Martian, majority Martian military. This area of Mariner Valley has a lot of like docks, or attempts to be a place where Martian military comes in and comes out. Think of it as kind of like a heavy. It's near a military port, as it were. So it seems it's a large through area for the Martian military to be coming in and coming out when they're rotating out of.
Well, so I of course relay this to the rest of the crew. What I saw over the base. No traffic, no communication. Seems too quiet.
And the fact that our shuttle hasn't arrived, so that's going to prove getting there is a little more difficult than we thought.
Aren't we getting a vehicle from our job?
Yes, we are.
Yeah, but it's not exactly like we want to roll in there with you guys. No offense.
No, I understand that.
None taken.
Have a way in there if if you need.
Do we see any of those people we talked to at the bar anywhere?
No.
Okay.
Give me a perception check. Just glancing, no. Perception check.
Where are you?
I do remember they were all not supposed to be on duty today.
Yeah, but maybe we can ask them, hey, where the thing's not coming through? Why isn't it here? Perception. Submit. Secret. Submit. 11 and 13.
So you don't seem to see anybody on your like that you notice, but you do see a few people who seem to be confused about the shuttle not showing up. Some people walk over to the area where like by you, looking around, look at the shuttle, look at their hand terminal, and kind of shrug and walk away. This seems to happen for a couple people coming in, as if they were also waiting for the shuttle, or if they were they're just confused by the shuttle not being there.
Yeah, I kind of, as one of them's like near us or something, I kind of make the small talk of like, do you know when this shuttle's supposed to get here? I thought it was supposed to show up a couple minutes ago.
They look, you talk with one of them, and kind of looks over you and goes, I don't know, it's an irregular shuttle. You're used to seeing some people showing up in the mornings, at least for coming off the morning shift. Don't know why.
Are there any alternate ways to get there?
There's tunnels.
No.
Service
Where would
tunnels will
those
probably
be?
get you there. Probably just down below. But I mean, like, you know, you'd have to get clearance to go through those tunnels. They're always guarded
Oh.
by Marines.
We'll get clearance. Well, thanks. Appreciate it.
No problem.
And then as I kind of wander back over to Mark, I just kind of say there's service tunnels that'll get us there. I wonder
Just see if they're really guarded.
I'm gonna pull up the service tunnel, like if there's some sort of map of the area, if there's a map of the service tunnels, and do those service tunnels go all the way back from the dock?
Give me a searching check.
Searching, which is
Perception.
perception. 13.
Okay. So a basic diagram, we will pull up some basic like blueprints for this. The service tunnels go all over. Like, it's essentially like the base was built. The older parts of the settlement are further away. But as they built out from there, they built these service entrances first, which acted as places that they dig through the rock. Then they pressurized the area, and then they used these areas as staging areas to build out as they went. So these tunnels snake all the way through the settlement, and then some of them are kind of connected. They pull off, go underground around to other locations further out, like spaceports or research facilities, or
They're like basically underground highways.
essentially, yeah. But they've not been used. They're only used by maintenance personnel or during emergencies. Like, you remember these places being like when you did emergency, like when you did emergency.
There's one I
drills
used to
as a
go
kid.
into to make out with boys.
Yeah, that kind of thing. Yeah, but it's also like it's used like whenever there's like an emergency drills, you know, because y'all did
Where
drills
everybody
throughout your
evacuates
kids.
to.
Kids, because, you know, Earth was always constantly threatening to nuke Mars, so it's where you'd ever want to evacuate through, that kind of thing. So you remember
Like the version
them.
of the 1950s, like Cold War, like all the
Yeah.
kids get under the desk.
Yeah, or like for those of you who grew up in Tornado Alley, you know, where
Yeah,
they'd make you
I'm
go
used
out
to
in the
that.
hall, they'd make you go out in the hallways and that kind of thing, or go into the basements,
The
and that kind of stuff.
closet of the classroom.
Yeah, that kind of thing. Yeah. So
All right, cool. So I kind of pull up I show Mark sort of the network of these tunnels, and I assume that I can kind of, okay, if we were to go back to the ship, we could actually go like through this one to that one and maybe up to that and that kind of thing.
you could definitely map a way to get to that, at least
Okay.
to the tunnel that will lead you to the base.
So let's go back to the ship and send the drone to scout these tunnels, because I'd rather know if we're going to encounter something first.
Also, and I'll wait till we're like, as we're going back to the ship and we're on the ship again, I'll finally kind of say, because I won't want to say out in public, is like, you know, hey, maybe the power armor can go through the tunnel.
Oh, that's what I'm
creepy.
thinking, but I want to know how well guarded it is before
Yeah.
we plan that route.
All right, let's do it.
Okay.
So yeah, from the ship, gonna pilot a drone to the entry of the tunnels to see if there's anything that appears to be a guard watching them.
Okay, we'll cut back to Highland and Jata. You guys come back onto the ship, and Jata and Highland, you see them arriving back on the ship unexpectedly.
Welcome back. What did you find?
The shuttle system's not work. Their shuttles aren't working, but we have found that there's underground tunnels, which I remember these tunnels from being a kid, but I didn't know they led all the way to the base.
All right.
And you think you can get into the base from the tunnels? Where do they come out of?
Over here, and I just point like a nearby entrance on the terminal to show you. And I'll do the same thing. I'll send you the blueprints and stuff so you can kind of understand it too.
You guys know that you guys can get access to the tunnels from the docks, like from your dock. There's an access point to the tunnels.
Right. So
You also
depends,
note. I was also say you also notice that where she's showing you is almost exactly the point where you're supposed to meet where she shows where the
the
tunnel's
tunnel?
connected. You're supposed to meet in by that tunnel
Cool.
with the that night with the Voltaire Collective.
Ah,
Is that where we're supposed to go?
mi pensa. Those tunnels could be useful because if we're going in with a vehicle, then, you know, if things go south, we can look for these tunnels to escape at least.
Exactly.
Not that I know what a south is, you know, being up in space all my life.
I know the saying, but I don't actually ever know what it's
Right? Right?
So when's y'all's rendezvous happening?
An arbitrary amount of hours from now.
Let's
That
just
gives
say
us plenty of time.
10 p.m. Martian time, so your local time.
That's
So
what I said.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we're gonna send a drone to kind of scout it a little bit, and maybe in the meantime, I don't know. We'll figure it out. We'll just let the drone go in first. Mark, do your thing.
Piloting.
Do
Piloting
your
it
thing.
is.
Do
Hold
your
on.
thing. What's that song? No, not the Electric Slide. Down, down.
The cha-cha
down,
slide.
down. Thank
cha-cha
you.
slide.
You're the best. Thank you.
I am. You're right.
19 on the piloting.
All right. So, I'm gonna put this. You are able to. You're able to pilot the drone towards into the. You're going through the tunnels, right?
Well, first I want to check the entry area of the tunnels and see if it's being guarded, because we were told that it's always guarded. So
Okay, so you're basically flying into the tunnels to there. Or are you flying to where the entry? Because what he said was that the entry to the tunnel to the base is always guarded.
oh, I got you.
Yeah.
I got you. I thought they were saying that the tunnels would be guarded at the entry points.
It's still
To the
prudent
tunnels.
to look through the tunnels
gotcha.
and see if there's any.
As you approach the base area, that's probably going to be a problem.
So you're flying it through the tunnels.
Yeah.
Okay. So you fly the drone through the tunnels. You see a couple other drones flying around, which are probably maintenance drones or surveillance drones, but no one seems to notice your drone. As you're flying it through, pretty easily and expertly through the tunnels, you recognize these tunnels. These are similar types of tunnels that you've been around your whole life. You know,
I've probably been in these tunnels at some point.
You probably have at some point.
To make out with people like I did.
You fly down a stretch. You kind of turn left, and you go towards where the entrance is, and you see a guy standing there. This guy is not in Martian power armor, but he's in regular kind of armor, standard armor. He's standing there, but his weapon is like slung on his shoulder, or kind of like slung in a slide, like a sling. But he's got his hands off of it. He just kind of got his arms crossed, and he's sort of just like looking around, just kind of.
He's a guard.
Yeah, he looks bored.
He's bored.
As he's standing there.
Yeah. So it is guarded, just not heavily guarded.
Yeah, it's about two at a time. It's about like 10 feet across, kind of thing. 2 people at a time, like a double file could walk through this area.
Okay. Does he even look up like when the drone flies by, or?
He doesn't even look at it as it flies by. He might glance at it if you hold it if you stay there for a little bit longer to look at him. But,
Nah, keep it moving.
Yeah, he doesn't even like care. He just seems like he's seen hundreds of these things fly by on an average basis. So, and you would have
Just
known
like
that.
birds in the sky,
Yeah.
Okay. Huh. So 1 guard. That seems too easy.
Well,
What do you want to do, Cap?
I say you and I just start
Uh,
getting in there and go. Like, let's assemble this power armor, and then let's just take it down there.
All right.
Might as well. Balls to the wall, baby.
All right. So I guess I'm gonna start suiting up.
And we know Cass is on his way too. So
Hey, Jata,
You hope Cass is on his way.
Yeah.
can you you know that code we used on the back of the other guy's power armor?
Yeah, what about it?
Can you change that for me? I don't want anybody doing the same trick on me.
I mean, I could.
You don't
Want to? Give me a encryption check if you want to.
Can I roll an insight for if I want to?
It might benefit you.
Okay, that's enough for me. Okay, so cryptography. I'll give it a shot. 15.
15. Yeah, so you're able to. You think you're able to do a pretty good encryption for it. It seems like it would take. You basically make it so that it's like a couple different passwords to get through it rather than just one.
Okay.
Now you do also know that it makes it more dangerous. So, like, if he needs to get out of that suit quickly, it's not going to happen. You know, it's going to take.
Well, I want
a little bit
Jata
extra
and
long.
Sloan to know the codes, so
Okay. You don't want them to know
that
the
way,
code
if
yourself?
they need to get me out, they can.
Okay, well, me turned off your off button, or at least I made your off button a little bit more complicated. But you know, you might want to go to the bathroom now before you put it on.
That's a good idea. I take a couple of minutes and go hit the restroom.
Okay.
we all just awkwardly try to pretend we can't hear him peeing.
Peeing and gravity.
And whistling.
Flash feel.
Yeah.
Always.
All
Do you
right.
have a soundbite? Do you have the soundbite of him peeing? Just so
Peeing?
we all-
No. 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 No.
No, TOS.
No.
No.
TOS. No.
I just want him to feel like I was there.
It's
Oh my god.
And with that, we'll take another break.
Take another break.
And also Sloane's gonna change into some medium armor instead of light.
Okay.
Because she has that light impressive. I mean, can I like fuse them together and make like super amazing, beautiful armor?
No. You can wear the
Aw,
medium, though.
Come on. Okay,
So,
yeah.
Paul, does this thing have the gun attached, I assume?
Yes, it has the gun attached. It has enough.
Is it loaded?
Yes.
I need to check the stats for medium
It's,
armor compared to light.
Armor piercing, automatic weapon. It's basically a rifle, but it's attached to the arm. It's automatic, armor piercing, and it has tracers. So it's basically free aim.
Yeah. You get to take the aim action for free, so you get a base. It basically amounts to a +1 on your attacks.
Yeah.
Cool.
So you hop into it. You turn on the power armor. All the systems boot up. The HUD boots up. Everything kind of gives you typical systems checks. And it seems to be there seems to be no password or anything else to unlock it. You have your self-reliant power armor.
I have to ask the question, would shooting from this thing be considered heavy ranged weaponry?
You're seeing if it's gunnery or not?
Yeah,
I think it would be, but I'm going to double check something real quick.
What?
because it doesn't explicitly say power armor. It just says including ship-mounted weapons, but it doesn't say exclusively ship-mounted weapons.
There's the way that
Says-
the way that they talk about gunnery is that gunnery is designed for ship-mounted weapons, but it's also designed for vehicles. And if I remember correctly, mechs and power armor is considered.
So, I'm gonna jump in here. There is a version of Martian power armor that's considered a vehicle.
Okay.
but Goliath power armor is like
It's a rifle.
small arms, basically.
Small.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, weaponry is
They
an
do-
I'm
integrated
good with it
rifle.
either way. I just needed to know.
Yeah.
They do have a 9-foot tall, 3-ton power armor that's meant for deployment in the field.
Yeah.
Whereas Goliath power armor is meant for multi-use, like also to infiltrate ships and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
This is like the ADP armor from Star Citizen
Yeah.
versus the Titan armor that's to come.
Basically, yeah. This is the ADP versus the other one's the Titan armor. Now, I'm trying to find out where the stats are for that.
Right around where'd they
Page 60, 70.
go?
That's where I see the drones and mechs.
Power armor stat block starts on page 77.
I know, but it's for the other mech.
An
and stuff.
integral rifle
Yeah.
is how the weapon is described. So it's a rifle.
Okay.
Okay, despite the still designed for maneuverability, Martian less so is the newer addition to Martian Arsenal. 4-meter tall, 9-ton combat mechs, walking tanks carrying railguns and missiles adapted from ship weaponry are strictly ground assault troops. Yeah.
Yeah, that's not what we have. As much as I would love for that to be what we have, that's not what we have. That's like mech warrior stuff.
Yes. Well, close to it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So. All right. So. You get in the armor, boot everything up. Sloan, you put on medium Martian armor and grab a rifle, I'm guessing, or you using your shotgun?
I'm have both.
Okay, both.
I imagine this armor allows me to at least carry 2 bigger weapons, and I'm
Easily.
pretty much taking to everything, like all my my knife, my everything.
Pistol. Do you have your grenades? The grenades over there.
I know there were 4 grenades. I'll take one of them because I don't know who all wanted a grenade. I figure one for everybody that's here right now.
By the way,
always
can I
have
put a-
grenades, but kind of grenade, is it?
Can I carry a pistol inside this thing or no?
No. It's
Or
pretty
outside of
and tight. You might be able to strap it to the outside of your armor.
Yeah, Sloan, grab an extra pistol for me.
Okay, yeah. So I'll have an extra pistol on my hip.
Are these all just fragmentation grenades then?
Yes, those 4 fragmentation grenades.
Okay.
More
I,
than the other ones, which means more useful for me.
I take my
Sorry.
I unsheath my drone from my back, and then I take my EMP grenade, and I'm going to slot it into that carrier that I installed at that bazaar, and then I re-equip my drone, and then I accept a grenade from Sloan to replace that.
Okay. And are you grabbing one of the frags?
Inventory management.
Myth.
Yes, I will be taking one of those grenades as well.
Okay. So who all's going down the?
Hooking it on the many hooks that I have.
Yeah.
All over my suit.
Who all's going down the tunnel? So
We have to go there anyway, right?
It's on the way, but what time is it? Is it conveniently the same time that we can have to go to meet up with these people?
no, it's you guys can wait if you want to. If you guys want to go leave at the same time, but right now it's still kind of mid-afternoon.
Okay.
Do we want to arrive fashionably late, or do we want to arrive as a party there together?
Well, we could start in just ahead of you guys too.
Right, we
Like,
will keep it separate.
Yeah, me pensa if we go together, people will think that we are together, and we don't want that.
yeah. So we can go in like an
Okay.
hour, maybe half an hour to something before you
Can't
guys.
be simultaneous. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Before
Okay.
we go, guys, don't kill any Marines.
Is that a request?
No.
Would you like fries with that?
Well, I haven't heard it from Boss Man, so I will take your request into consideration.
Try not to kill any Marines. Understood if you are under fire, but we will make the effort to not kill Marines.
Okay, so try.
Try very hard not to kill Marines.
All right. So we'll fast forward, and
Got it.
we'll cut
Can't grunt
to
at them. We're getting
um,
shot at.
we'll cut to Cass. Cass, you seem to get Jesse's telling you all the right, communications are coming in. You guys are on final approach to Mariner Valley port.
Yep.
And you see it's starting to get dark as you guys are approaching. You're maybe like an hour out from the dock.
I want his course to be as low and slow as he can manage casually over that base.
Over the base. You're going to drop directly on top of the base.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so you're asking him to pilot. Okay, so I'm going to
What
make
could go wrong?
Or-
check.
Yeah, nothing.
Or
bad.
like maybe off like a kilometer or two off the side of the base, so that any
Okay.
automated
Looking like,
defenses
Paul.
don't.
That's the thing. The turn is it's doing fine. It's doing great.
Yeah, I don't want automated defenses to be an issue,
Okay,
but
so
Everybody will just think you're a weird pilot that doesn't seem to understand where the goddamn dock is.
Oops, sorry, just backing up in here. Oh, I'm at the wrong spot. Oh, sorry, I'll just bring this back.
also straight up, I ask. I'm not mincing any words with Jesse. I ask if he has any family back on Earth that needs to be supported.
it's like, nah, that was a family died a long time ago. That's why I left.
All right, I'm gonna like before anything happens, I am gonna transfer 4 of my income into his account.
To his account. He
Yep.
looks at you once you do that as he's flying. He goes, "Boss, this looks like a suicide mission that you're about to go on."
No clue, but also I might be sending you to get arrested by the Martians, so I want you to have bail.
Oh. All right, boss. It's a little too late to back out now. And he continues back to flying.
And I hand him the hand terminal that has the message that I recorded that's basically like, trust me, I'm doing this for you guys, but
Okay.
sorry I'm not here to meet you.
So he flies. He's flown before. It's just
Oh, it's bumpy.
It's bumpy. Yeah, it's bumpy. And he gets you to like probably within a kilometer of the base. None of the base defenses seem to be spinning up, though he is getting lots of warnings that he's approaching restricted airspace as he's going the wrong route through to the dock. And a couple of lock-on messages, and he's like, "This is as close as I can get you."
I'm like in the airlock, all 4.
Okay.
And I'm like, all right, God, I'm gonna regret this. Jesse, open the door.
Okay. He opens the door. The rush of the wind as it's kind of bumping into the atmosphere comes by you as he's like ass first coming into the towards the base. And it just rocks. You hear nothing but it's just like a hurricane, as if it were just like blowing straight through you, straight by you.
And so, all that's going on. All right, see you on the other side, kid. And I just
Jump
push out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So you push out. You're about maybe 300 meters into in the air as you push out.
Yeah.
Did they put fuel in his thrusters?
Really hoping so. Otherwise, I'm about to become a can of soup. And I'm assuming I would have checked the armor over before I executed.
I'm assuming you would have as well. And as you do so, you jump out right into
Playing.
like right over the over like a rock formation. So like you're flying towards a rock formation as you're jumping out. Like you're just bad timing.
Jagged rocks, my only weakness.
And you're losing control.
Do a dive.
Instead of
use
like diving,
gravity.
instead of going like spread eagle kind of down or like trying to like move and maneuver so your feet are going to hit the ground, you're just tumbling towards this rock formation as you're in the air. You just completely have lost control. By the way, you guys have
I am going
10...
to try and regain control.
I was going to say, by the way, that you have 10
Turn points.
10 turn points. So that's why I'm making him spin out of control as he's trying to land.
30 is when it's bad.
Yeah, 30 is when it's epically bad, but
10 is when a nuke almost went off and killed us. So this is interesting.
That was also a more serious sort of situation. In this case, it still could kill him.
It's a nuke for one.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
Okay, so give me a let me see
Party of one.
a dexterity check to see if you can't right yourself properly.
Good thing you
With
have
your
free
suit
fall
on,
now.
you have the suit on, and you have free fall. So both of those will count. So you can give me a free fall
Oh,
check
okay.
for that one. But
All right.
and the suit does give you a bonus to your dexterity. So
Only for stealth.
only for stealth. Okay.
Yep.
How does
But I
that
do
work
have
in
free
power armor? You go.
It's got active cam.
Don't worry about
It's got camo plating.
Yeah,
Right,
It's a
active camo.
visual thing.
Gotcha.
Wait, it ups your dexterity for stealth?
Yeah, it gives
But
you a
it has
bonus to
camo
dexterity
plating?
stealth checks.
Yeah.
The camo plating gives you the bonus to stealth checks
But
It's-
dexterity based.
Yeah.
because stealth is dexterity based. Where the hell
Right,
did
right,
the
right, right.
20 go? There it is. Submit. Go.
That's what you needed.
Yay!
you're
I'm
able
not
to-
dead.
You're able to right yourself as you're kind of coming in, but you're still coming in towards this rock formation, and so you reach out to try to like block yourself from hitting the formation. Give me a
By the way, I've duct taped my pistols to the hips of this thing, just so we're clear.
I figured it.
I want.
I figured that. Which is also going to be interesting.
Yeah.
Let's see what's a good one for this one.
You're damn right it'll hold.
That's the
I
question.
just wanted
Will it
to
hold?
speak to how they were affixed. That's all.
Yeah.
Space duct tape.
Give me a might check.
That these do give me a bonus.
They give you some bonuses too.
Okay. Books. 77.
It's
Okay, they
Plus
give me
10.
a plus 10.
yeah.
Okay. Right. Then character strength check, because I don't have might. Bonus 10. Submit. Difficulty. Go!
That's what you needed. Well, you needed a 19.
Yay.
Basically, what you're doing is you're flying straight into the rock face, and so you're trying to stop yourself, like you put your hands out to prevent you from like slamming face first and cracking your faceplate open against the rock. So instead,
Yep.
you fly forward and you just crunch into the rocks with your arms, and it kind of causes you to like slow down, like you instant deceleration kind of situation.
Yeah.
So you're lucky that this thing has the equipment to prevent you from dying. If you had been in anything other than a Goliath suit, you'd have been dead.
To be clear,
Parkour,
I wouldn't
parkour.
have jumped out of a spaceship in anything other than a Goliath suit.
Yeah, it's hardcore parkour now. This is the hardcore parkour episode.
So you like crash into this rock face. It crumbles a little bit from the weight and just the momentum of you slamming into this thing, going at very fast speeds.
Yeah.
And you're still like a good 200 meters in the air, so you're not like holding on. You can't really hold on because there's no like grips, so you start falling back down. Once you like the initial impact hits, you start falling back down, straight down.
I want to try to punch into the side of the wall to create a handhold.
to kind of create a handhold. Give me another mic check.
In that moment, an old lion grips their paws on top of yours and screams, "Long live the king!"
Long live the king.
I killed Mufasa. All right.
I leaked your fuel for your thrusters.
That's what you needed. exactly 20. So you reach and you grab, and you grab, and you're hanging from the about maybe 180 meters above the surface of Mars, holding on with one hand into like with your like powered hand into the side of this thing.
This has not gone quite according to plan.
You also look down, and Akilo's pistol is gone. It's just gone. It just not on you. Your other pistol's still there, but the Akilo's pistol is completely just.
How are you up
you don't
off the
know what it
ground?
is. 180
About
meters.
180 meters.
Right.
You know,
many
2
freedom
football
units?
fields.
Yeah.
Okay.
Also, you have stunt points too
Football
in that last roll.
Yeah.
My stunt is not dying.
There you go.
Oh man.
Turn.
Nope. Okay. I'm gonna try and like angle myself so that I'm pretty much straight down, because the next move is just actually to try and use the thrusters that I intended to use originally to survive this drop.
Okay. So stunt points. What are you gonna use them? If you don't have to use them, if you don't want to.
Yeah, I don't think I just don't know that there's any good ones for this.
Okay.
is the
So give me
thing. Let
another-
quickly look at vehicle stunts just to see if there's.
Could decrease the turn.
No, I refused.
That's fair. I also respect that.
No, there's nothing good there. Yeah, there's not really any good stunts for this. So
Okay. So what's your plan next? You're gonna try to like angle yourself so that you're gonna get like nothing below you, sort of thing.
yeah, like what I'm gonna try to do is, because I'm assuming it's like jaggy cliff shelves and all that.
Yeah, it's
below
kind of
me.
like a plateau. The way that you were coming in is like Mariner Valley is like the Grand Canyon, but like you can fit like 10 Grand Canyons in the Mariner Valley. So it was coming in through the canyon itself, and there's these large, like one of those large pillars above it.
Flying into Duratar.
Yes, essentially. So there's nothing. It's not really like craggy below you. It's just a long drop. As far as you can see from up there, it looks fairly like even to the bottom. I mean, it's like kind of a little bit, maybe a little like hilly. You know, not perfectly flat, but there's no like spikes sticking out. You're not going to fall and impale yourself.
Well, no, I'm just the edge of the pillar. Like there, I'm assuming there are bits and stuff.
There's
where
some
it sticks
bits.
out.
Yeah, it sticks out a little bit like that. So you're just trying to angle yourself so that you're not going to hit those edges. Is what you're trying to do?
And to like quickly push off to make the fall, so
Okay.
that I'm away from the pillar.
So give me a might check, and then a dexterity check.
Might, might do.
Might do.
God, I wish I could just. Okay,
God.
go. Okay.
All right. So you push off from the edge, and you're able to push yourself off just enough so that you've cleared the pillar, and you have a straight shot down. Now give me a dexterity check in terms of well, I think it's dexterity for driving, but not really. This wouldn't really be driving. This would be check.
I will press any button you want me to press.
Yeah, just give me dexterity. It would be an acrobatics check, essentially. Or no, it'd be a free fall. Free fall. Give me a free fall check. Dexterity free fall. It says specifically maneuvering and moving while in free fall, usually in microgravity.
Bam. Nope.
All right.
Land on my back.
So
I wonder what's happening with cast nowadays, anyway.
I was thinking that as well.
You manage to push yourself off, but you push yourself off at kind of an angle, so like your legs are not directly underneath you. You're able to correct this mostly as you're coming down, and you're able to activate the retro thrusters to get you like so you break most of your fall on the way down. But
So I break most of my legs.
you break most of your legs. You're able to you're like your momentum is corrected, but when you land at a weird angle, and it causes yourself to buckle a little bit as you're going down. Now this would give you 9 points of damage, but It's you can use fortune to absorb those as well.
Yes, I have done that.
Okay.
I've already done.
Of quick note, I determined when we were doing our level up math, and I was looking over my character. When I set my drive, I had chosen the additional fortune thing, and it just hasn't been reflected on my sheet.
Okay, that's fine.
It's okay.
So-
I'm still convinced I haven't completed my level up, and I don't care.
Okay. So after taking 9 fortune, I am at 20 because the extra fortune one gives you 5 extra fortune.
Okay. So you are able to, like, with luck, you're able to like balance. You're off kilter, but you're like, oh, legs aren't broken. You're alive at the bottom of the Mariner Valley, about a kilometer away from the a kilometer hike away from
I'm
the.
I'm gonna assume that I actually do have some minor like leg injuries, but the power armor is
Right,
compensating.
like the wind's knocked out of you or something.
Yeah.
You know, like just like that sucked. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
You're
that's-
shaken at the very least.
that
you know?
moment of trauma of like, oh, I can't breathe. Oh God, I almost died. Yeah.
Your legs are like burning. They don't necessarily like, you're not like injured, but you're like you've been doing a workout, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
I'm
to
gonna
the
do
point
a
of-
quick visual scan to see if I get any glint of gold from the gold plating on Akilo's pistol. I'm assuming I don't, but it's what I would do.
give me a perception check.
Hit it.
It lands on you.
You find it.
Excellent.
Yeah. Just on the edge of your, at the edge of your things. The difficulty was 15 for him to find it because he's he's able to find it.
Eyes see.
What does your power armor eyes see?
All right. Yeah,
so
I grab it and then immediately I like whatever HUD controls I have. I want to punch in like the overhead map sort of thing.
Yeah.
Of where I need to go, and I just start power armor sprinting, pistol in each hand.
Double pistoling with a guy. So yeah,
Towards
you're
the
able to
base.
get. It'll take you some time because it's still a kilometer, so it's a bit of a hike. Cut back to the crew with power armor, and so we've got Mark and Sloan are both heading towards the tunnels. You guys get to the tunnels. You guys are kind of walking through the tunnels pretty easily. No one seems to have spotted you, especially towards the evening. The drones seem to be mostly don't really pay attention to you guys. You guys are in full official MCRN gear, so nothing seems to.
Right. I kind of
By the
figured
way,
that would help
I
us
have
along.
I do have my drone following us, the medical one.
Okay. So, and I'm assuming you have a helmet on as well.
Yes,
Sloan?
I was gonna say I have like a helmet, and hopefully it's the kind that kind of conceals my face to a certain degree.
Yeah, it'll
has-
cover your face to some degree, and it
Like
It's-
my
it's-
eyes
it's-
are peeking out.
yeah, it's a sealed helmet, so it's like it's essentially effectively a vac suit, as it were. So you make your way through the tunnels, and you get just around the corner where you'd be able to see where the entrance
That one
is.
guard.
What are you guys gonna
Yeah.
do?
Act natural.
You're gonna walk up to the guard? Is that what you're gonna do?
I figured that's what Mark would probably. I mean,
Yeah.
we don't want to kill Marines, so we can maybe bluff our way around. I'll let
Sneak
him
casual.
do the bluffing.
I'm thinking identifying myself without the word retired at the end.
Okay. So, you guys walk around the corner? Is that what I'm asking?
Yep.
You walk around the corner, and there's nobody there.
Oh, that's not at all surprising.
In whatever kind of communication we have between our suits, I just kind of say, "Why do I have a feeling they were expecting us?"
Question is which they?
Let's keep moving. And, she makes sure that, she's just kind of ready in case something does come out or somebody, like,
Okay.
gun. like rifle being held in like that kind of neutral position, but still being held.
Mhm.
That makes sense.
Yeah. You guys are being
Yeah,
careful.
and I'll just be holding my arm straight out in front of me.
Yeah.
Yeah, we keep walking towards the base.
What's your guys' speed? It's in meters, right? It's like 12 or 13.
Yeah, but I think we would be casual walk, not sprinting or anything.
Yeah, so you wouldn't
Yeah.
be double walking. You'd be like 12 or 13.
No, not at all. Conserve our
Um,
energy for when we need it.
And it's about 1,000 meters, and you guys are moving at like what? Let's just say 13 meters per every 6 seconds. I'm trying to do the calculation for time. I'm just gonna ballpark it and say 20 meters. You're moving about 20 meters every 10 seconds, so that would be
like 60 feet at every. I think that's us at a
that's a little
sprint.
too much. That's a bad. So
Yeah.
Maybe
If you remember, meters about 3 feet ish.
Yeah. So let's just say you guys are walking down the hallway, but down it, and it's dank, it's dark. You see some mushrooms growing in the areas, in some of the areas where the stuff is growing through. It's some water is condensed in the area, but it's mostly clean, mostly clear. There's a couple of like bits of trash through here, but as you're going through, at a certain point, you start hearing static on your comms, and then just nothing but static once you get past a certain point.
Volume down that shit.
Next we'll cut to about that time. Jata, you and Highland are arriving. Strapping up.
Oh, right. There we go.
Yeah,
Yep.
you guys are
I'll
strapped
be
up.
right back.
What do you guys were coming out with your armor and everything, full armor and everything?
I don't even know what my armor is, to be honest.
I think you had light armor, but
Then I would have medium because we have a shipment of medium, right?
yes.
Yeah, take one up from the rack. We've got tons.
All right. Now, what do I put on my armor?
So armor for medium is +4 armor bonus, but you have a penalty of -2, which means your speed goes down 2.
My speed goes down 2. Okay. I can't adjust that.
Yeah, it's fine. Just know that you move down, you move slower. -2, and then -2 to dexterity as well.
All right. Interesting. Do I want to do that? I don't. Oh, jeez. Double the armor for I have +3 dexterity.
So you'd have a +1 dexterity.
Uh-huh. What else do I have in my dexterity slot? Free fall and stealth. This is interesting. I guess we're not trying to be stealthy. All right, yeah, okay, I will wear it.
Okay. So, you guys going through the tunnels? You're going to go above to meet them in where you're supposed to meet. You're supposed to meet them in the tunnels, but
Like we're going to steal something.
I mean, we may as well use the tunnels. I mean, I'm not a fan of going up above. Mars is creepy, man.
How big do you think terraforming equipment is?
Oh, big.
So,
Like, Actium big.
okay, so it doesn't matter if I'm okay. Then how it's so stealthy? All right, I'll wear the armor.
Okay.
That's like the internal struggle he's been keeping this entire time for 6 hours.
So, you guys get in the armor. You guys make your way through the tunnels, and as you walk up towards the meeting place, you see the same crew that you'd seen before, just kind of looking around, lazing about. They see you come up, and they give you, "Oye, got the loader. Koyos, let's get this job done, right?"
I look to Highland.
Right, Bradna? Where is, what do you have?
Pulls out some keys and tosses it to you. You say, big mover, truck, couple 6 wheels, should be able to carry everything. It's got the pre-program to move you, so if you don't know how to drive, it'll drive you. You should be able to get there, get in, get out. No one knows you're there.
All right. Get in, get out. No one will know it's there.
Yeah, he points. She points to the end of the tunnel. There should be a surface entrance that direction. Just go up.
We can take the tunnel here?
You can if you want, but to get it out, you're going to have to do this. So, I would, if you want to take the tunnel, then I would suggest having the pre-program the rover to meet you at the gate.
We'll take the surface. All right.
All right.
Taki.
Good luck.
And then I guess he turns and makes his way over to the truck.
Okay. The second they stop talking with you, they are out. They walk down the hall, where you guys came from. They're the corner. They take a corner and they're gone.
Yeah.
Is there anything suspicious about how fast they left?
No, they seem to be casual. As far
Run
as
about
you can
30
tell.
feet and then fade
Give me
into the...
give me a perception check just in case.
Okay, just in case. Perception. Okay, and submit.
No, it doesn't seem to be too suspicious in your mind.
Okay.
Based off of your, you dealing with people like the Voltaire Collective in the past, they seem to just be casual, normal. There may be a little bit of a move in their step, but it's mostly, it may be anything from like, I gotta pee to, I'm hungry or let's just get the hell out of here. Kind of like more of a impatience than like kind of thing.
Right.
All right. I make my climb up into the truck seat.
Mm-hmm.
I rest my hands on the wheel, and then I look at the car, and I go, do you have any idea how to drive?
Not a clue.
All right, me neither. Okay. So this goes in here, I think.
There's key. You hop into the cab. It's like this big flatbed truck, but the wheels are huge. They're massive. They stick out from the vehicle, and they're made out of. They're not like they're more like metal. It's like slotted metal than it is than they're anything else. And so you climb into the cab. There's like a space that's for the keys that you can easily find. But neither of you have ever driven a vehicle before, so you don't quite know how to do it.
I mean, I've probably driven like forklifts and stuff.
Yeah,
but I don't. I've never. This is different.
Yeah.
Like this is.
Give me a perception check just to kind of look through it.
All right, Mike, we'll give you a perception.
I suppose we could push it.
Push.
Woo! It's not going to be 10 cent points. It's 5 cent points. It's a weird thing that with that one.
I don't know. It says 10.
In a past life, you were a race car driver.
The person who coded the stunt point calculations in this did not take into account a situation where you roll triples.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So you have 5 stunt points, but you're definitely able. You're like you think you look at it a little bit, and you're like, yeah, it's mostly like a
like a forklift. It's
Yeah,
a big forklift.
just like a big forklift, and you kind of are able to figure out most of the thing. Yeah. I'm mostly comfortable with this. You think you pretty much have the idea for it.
Okay. And I don't really have. Well, I guess infiltration stunts.
You could use infiltration stunts. You could also.
They're also
use,
driving stunts, I think.
There are
vehicle combat stunts. And I don't need to rupture our vehicle line. Right now.
You could also do the chase stunts would work as well.
Okay.
Because
We're running out of time. We're running from time.
Just because you could get like a shortcut, or keep it steady, follow evasive maneuvers, punch it. You get a +1 your next chase test. I mean, yeah, I guess you're right. There's not really a lot that you could do. You do general exploration stunts.
Can we do it? Wasn't me.
You can do it. Wasn't me.
Infiltration. There's no evidence of our travel. I guess I stay on paved roads, and I try and as much as I can. And if I can't, I will just leave the vehicle, even if we have to walk the rest of the way.
Okay, so you're using like you're doing everything you can, like the different routes, rolling over rocks.
To take
when you
routes
can.
and not trails. I don't want to go up and onto a cliff and run over someone in power armor who fell off of a plateau somewhere. I'd rather just probably only find paved stuff or like metal or something that won't leave a track.
So things that won't leave tracks. Okay.
Yeah.
So you start rolling through, and we'll cut to Cass. Cass, you see as you're running, your HUD flashes, and you see a vehicle in the distance. Still, it's going the same direction you are, and that vehicle seems to be taking very careful routes around various areas. Highland, by the way, give me a driving test for this one as well.
All right. Okay.
That's a dexterity check.
Perfect.
Just when you had negative dexterity.
That's when I was like, all right, I don't need this.
That's good. So you're able to, like, you're driving. You feel like you're fairly good at this. You're getting good at this thing. You're driving around. You're hitting the right areas. You find a couple of, like, rock outcroppings you can climb over. You can drive through so that like it's not leaving a big sand trail of where you're going. And Cass, you're seeing this vehicle just you can pretty easily see it like maneuver around to rocks, and that kind of thing. Give me
My assumption is that Martians are driving it, and I'm avoiding it.
Yes. Okay. So give me a
I'll just go this way here. All right.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. And all right.
Give me a dexterity check for stealth check. Mark.
Case. Okay, dexterity. Stealth matters in this case. Where did that window go? I've got 3 windows open and it's bad. There you are. +2. Submit. Okay, let me look at the stunts. Stuntos.
You're able. Yeah, go, give me for infiltration and stuff like that.
Yeah, I am going to use just a shadow, +1 per SP spent on my next test during this encounter, as long as I remain unnoticed. Just gonna pump all the points into that.
Okay. So you activate the reflective, the adaptive coating on the armor, and you seem to like blend in with the surroundings as you're moving in, and you're sticking to the shadows even more as the light's going down, becoming more and more hard to find as you move in your way.
Yep.
Now, and you seem to be getting close. It's obvious that this Martian truck is going to get there before you, but you're able to kind of like shadow it pretty well as you're moving around and keep the distance.
Excellent.
So then we're going to cut to Sloan and Mark. You guys go crawling through the tunnel, and you just can't hear anything anymore. And after a certain point, all of you guys, as you're getting too close there, your communications comm just go.
Even with one another?
Even with one another, you can't seem to communicate back and forth.
Yeah, so definitely looking at Mark like...
I look back. Is my drone still following?
It is. But it seems to just be moving forward. It's bouncing off of walls. It's following you. It's
Okay.
mostly just doing collision avoidance.
I snatch it out of the air and carry it.
Okay.
With my offhand, not with my gun hand.
It's a pretty drone. I will pet it and I will name it George.
Just when the hissing starts to sound like RTX voice having problems, like mute
Yeah.
my speaker. Sorry.
Okay. And
I have no idea what that sounds like. So.
I don't
Myth,
go for outright mute. I go for lowered volume
Yeah, me
all
too.
the way down to where I can still kind of hear it, but I can ignore it.
Yeah, if there's the change, I want to be able to hear it
White
too.
noise. I'll fall asleep.
Yeah, I just mute.
Yeah.
So
Highland and Jata, you guys hear this
Did you change the
loud,
radio station? I think we lost it.
you and
What? I was asleep.
I changed the radio. It's the white noise. I think it's probably what put you to sleep.
even your headpieces, your earpieces to talking with each other is gone. You're not hearing.
Oh, that's not the
any-
radio. That's my suit. Oh, okay.
So you ask him to change his radio, and you don't hear any response. Just how you don't hear anything either, because I'm assuming you guys are still suited up in the cab, right?
Yeah.
So you guys
So-
can't
my
hear each
helmet?
other.
Sitting next to are you not wearing a helmet right now?
Yeah, do I
Would
not
you
need
not
to wear
be?
a helmet? I don't. I, like,
No.
Mars is not hazardous for me to. not wear a
Mars
helmet,
doesn't
right?
have a breathable atmosphere. So
It doesn't have
like,
a breather atmosphere.
Oh, it
The
doesn't.
cab.
Okay. All right, because we are still terraforming it. Right.
Yeah.
Right. That's the project. Yeah. I have the helmet on. Silly me.
So if I can't hear him, he can't hear me. I grab him by the back of the head and I go, "Kunk! Hey, what you say, Papa?" Sorry. Hey, what you say, Papa? Hey, what you say, Papa? What did he say? I couldn't find the right filter.
So
I was trying to get you to turn the radio down. But it's not the radio. It's our communications are broken.
Yeah, it would seem that way. I pull out my hand terminal. Do I have signal?
no signal.
No signal. The hand terminal. Hey, Pampa, this is a bit screwy, man. Like, there's no signal. We can't reach out.
This is rather screwy. Were we? Didn't we know that there were some electromagnetic signatures here we should worry about?
I don't think so.
But if it's been dark for days, then this is probably what's going on then. Is there a way we could scan? Did you bring a scanner?
I only brought my my hand terminal, but it's broken. My pens that we just keep going and we see what happens. But this place has been dark for quite some time now. Yeah.
All right. Well, we live in the dark and we thrive in the dark. I think if anybody has this, it's us, brother.
Hashang Fa.
Ah!
All right.
I removed my head from it's hilarious.
So I'm gonna I'll play this out so you guys have an idea. So we can bring this to a close.
We die.
Everyone explodes. You die.
And that's it. What a great ending.
We're done.
Right?
What a great ending. Yeah.
Great. One more.
Mark and Sloan, you guys reach the end of the tunnel system. Above you is a hatch. It's opened. There's a small flickering light you can see just above this ladder. You guys climb. I'm assuming you guys are climbing up.
Light at the end of the tunnel. Do we go towards the light? Of course we do.
Well, it's a ladder. I mean, maybe
Let-
it's
let me
the
ask you
stairway to
a
heaven
more-
here.
Let me ask you a more important question than do we go up the ladder? Is it something I could jump
Yeah, you can
with
use a jump up
thrust
there.
assist?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah, follow me up, and then I jump up.
Give me a dexterity check real quick.
Sure.
3.
Oh God.
Don't be under me, Sloan.
Yeah, no, definitely. She would be backed away. She's not dumb.
Okay.
How's a 17 with 6 stunt points?
That sounds great.
You jump up into the through the hole with some of this thrust assist, and you land nice and softly as you come in. In there, you see a hallway. Looks to be some sort of residential area. possibly some sort of like some bunks. You see the walls. Everything's some of the lights aren't working. Some of the LEDs are flickering as you're in there, and you see just furniture has been upturned. Some of it's smashed. Along the walls, you see streaks of red blood.
It's not suspicious at all for you to point out that the blood is red.
Red blood.
Not at all.
Well, if it's pink blood, it's Klingon, so then we really have a problem.
You've seen blood before. This is fresh, maybe a couple hours old. It's been streaked along the walls.
Little coagulated, but not quite. Yeah,
not quite. Some of the carpet on the bottom is kind of stained a little bit with blood as well. There's no sound. Nothing. I'm going to cut to Cass. Cass, you reach the exterior. You reach the exterior of the base. It's quiet. You look around. You see no patrols. Nothing seems to be outside. What do? You see an entrance in front of you to like the exterior.
I guess I'm entering the base. Or you know what? I'm making a perimeter around the base.
Okay. So you run all the way around the base and you see no movement. The lights are on. You see some lights inside are flickering in the distance. But there's no movement. It's quiet. There doesn't seem to be any activity.
All right, I'm going to enter the base.
Okay. You enter through one of the exterior patches. You hit the airlock, you cycle the airlock. You pop it open, the door pops open, and you're standing in front of... Let me see. Standing in front of another residential area. There are some couches, some carpet. Seems, but the lights are off. There's no light. You look around the corner, just peeking. Long hallway. You see the doors are off to your left as you're peeking down the hallway that enter. Looks like interior doors to enter somewhere else. But you see no movement. Doors are locked. You don't hear anything. All of your sensors aren't picking up any of your suits, like infrared monitors are not picking up anything, and you're getting nothing but your communications are off, so you don't even hear the static anymore.
Yep. I'm gonna go full sneak mode, and I'm starting to make my way around the base.
Okay.
I don't have a map of the base, so I'm just doing my best to work towards functional areas, not crew areas.
Okay, so you open the door and you go into a hallway, and in the hallway, you look at the left, you see kind of a dead end towards like a wall. It's the exterior wall, and to your right, you see red streaks that look like blood all along the floor, leading to a wall, and then up the wall. Other blood streaks around. Some lights seem to be on, some lights seem to be flickering, others seem to have been ripped out of the wall in forceful fashion. No sign of a body, no sign of any wounds or anything else like that, just the blood and the damaged lights. Cut to Highland and Chita. You guys drive up to the entrance just as your your contact said. You drive up. There's no one stopping you. Drive up right up to a big garage where they told you would be. The doors are closed, but you definitely see them there.
I go back to talk to Highland again, and I go, this must be in Pump Up.
I think it is as well.
I'm going to try and bring us up closer. I'm not sure. I don't see anybody else, though. I don't think it's occupied.
Yeah. You know your hand signals, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So,
We I disconnect from Highland, and I go just like I motion that we should go towards the door.
Okay. You get out of the cab?
Yeah.
Okay. You guys come out of the cab, and you see as you get towards the door actually automatically opens up.
Okay, I step to one side.
Okay.
Of the door,
side,
like
away from it.
together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm assuming you guys are like, it catches you a little bit off guard as it opens up, and you're just like,
Oh yeah. Backpedaled.
Yeah. And you move off to the side a little bit. You see the door opens, and you see there is some light from the LEDs that is displaying on the ground. But before you see an empty garage, and you also see red streaks on the floor in a huge chunk, as if like someone had either bled out or multiple people had been bleeding out on the floor there. The lights. You see some crates lying around. There's nothing else there.
I look to Highland, and I go, and then I walk back to the car.
Exactly what Highland does too.
And
Highland looks at Jata, and as he's going, I think both Highland is also just like, and then backs up towards, I think, away from the door, so the door closes again, if it does that.
Yeah, it automatically closes again as you walk away.
does the warehouse, is it big enough that we can drive inside?
Yes, you could drive it inside.
Okay, so when we get back into the cabin of the truck, I go, should we try driving inside instead of walking inside?
I think that's what I was going to do, but I don't. I don't want to die. Whatever that is.
Yeah, I mean, like, I like your resume about being a survivor, and I want to try it,
Right. This is usually where my professional talents come in, and I say, this.
Yeah. I mean, I agree, Pampa. Yeah, this too. Yeah, 100%.
All right. Do we want to try to drive in? At least maybe take a peeky, and then find where everybody else is. Maybe get them to hop in, and we get out.
Yeah, that could be a. Yeah, sure. Let me see.
Does my drone work?
No.
Okay, the drone's not gonna do a thing, so let's drive inside. If our guys are inside, we can save them. If they are not, then at least I'll get the keys to the Actium.
Okay, all right. Let me back this. All right.
You maneuver it in, you back it up.
There we are.
Easy
back
now.
It in. The door opens. You drive it in. As you guys come to a stop, comes the door starts sliding back down, and as the door hits the ground, the lights shut off. And that's where we're going to end the season.
Oh.